Hello everyone, welcome to the Lost Harbor Tavern. I am your host, Nitsify. Welcome to the Rum and Harbor campaign. In case you haven't seen the Rum and Harbor campaign, the players, which we are missing one today, but the players play as a bunch of pirates that have gone rogue against an evil navy, essentially. Or that's what some people like to believe. Other people would believe that it's actually the opposite way around. But who knows? Morals and emotions and everything are completely, flaky. So who knows? Subjective, but fuck. Damn, okay, right. Can't speak today. Hi, my name is Nitsify. I'm the DM. I'm the mess up. We do have some players here. We are missing Issa, who plays Ublax. She is missing. As you can see, there is a chair that is currently unfilled right now. But we do have Reed, who is sitting in his box as the frog in a box. He does play a rabbit herringen tanuki known as Usagi.
Hello, everybody. Today, hello, everybody. Here's a challenge for any enterprising artists. Draw Usagi as Ron the One Half. Just do it.
Draw him as a what? I did not catch that.
You not is Ron the One Half? It's a manga
Oh,
about
okay. I did not know that.
gender bending. It's like
Is that an actual thing?
yes,
I've
that's
never.
a real manga.
Huh. I never heard of it. Then again, I don't really look too much into the mangas. I normally find out about mangas through anime. I do have mangas. I just normally find out about that stuff from anime, funny enough.
It is an anime too.
Is it?
It's very old.
Oh, okay. That's why. That might be why. Because I haven't gotten along to the older ones. I've mainly kept up to the newer ones. Because I didn't like a lot of the older anime styles. Not always the case. Like, I love Cowboy Bebop. I love their art style. But, I don't know. I'm always 50-50 with the older art styles. But, moving on, we also have Acrid, who plays Lucky.
Excuse me,
Bless
sorry.
you, dude. Bless you. No, that is not the word for it. Yeah, no, bless you,
Excuse
man.
I said excuse me.
Yeah. But yeah, we also have Loki. What a way to get introduced, man. Mid burp from a different player.
Nah,
It's crazy.
More accurate.
I absolutely hated that sound, but I understand that is not in your control. There is also Kirla, played by Anya.
Hi.
Yeah, I about said Kirla who plays Anya, and I was like, that's not right. That's not right. I would say hit me with a fun fact, but I'd be surprised if any of y'all had fun facts for today, because there's been a lot going on in these sessions. Unless you have something. That's up to y'all. That's up to y'all.
Kirla is looking into buying fabric so that she can make custom outfits for everybody when they go to the party.
Heck yeah, well, I'll have you know, if you get a hold of Oster with that, you can probably take some of the fabrics that she just stores away in her room.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, Kirla plans to.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
While she's helping with fixing Asta's dress.
Yeah.
Usagi.
Mhm.
Usagi, knowing that the Hell Chain Islands are getting close,
Yes.
ish, will be looking for rings. Possibly.
That is valid. That is valid, because y'all only have to get through this last edge area, because you're getting near the edge of the Face Sea, and then you'd cut through Inger Haze, and then you're directly into the Blood Sea, which is where the only island chain in existence in that sea is located. It's also in the center of the Earth, because which I know is crazy for people to say, because like there's technically not a center unless you go directly into the middle, but it's called the center of the Earth, not by a scientific standpoint, but more just because there is a massive hole created by the Titans that still to this day is still trying to fill in, which is what's created the waterfalls that you drop down to get into the Red Sea. So it's kind of known as the center of the Earth, even though it's technically not. So yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I'm looking for rings. I've got half a mind to make it official.
Heck yeah. I get you, man. I get you. What about you, Loki? You got anything?
No.
Damn. Nah, that's fair though. That's fair. All right. But quick little reminder for everybody, in case you may have missed the last episode. In the last episode, also because we had a player who was able to be here last time. In the last episode, y'all dealt with the second phase of a certain enemy known as Fae, where she quite literally sprouted into, revealing her true form, a Fae, or more specifically, I know, wow, crazy, a Fae, who would have guessed, going away from that more human-ish form to more of a nymph, as like basically roots blasted out of every orifice of the ground within the tent, and basically just knocked out both Ublex and Usagi, which is how they were, we were to do that without them being there for that session. One of the roots basically fell on top of Ublex, crushing them, and Shindeo basically escorted them unconsciously out of the tent, while Usagi was knocked off the massive 30-foot high platform he was on by a root, because the thing was basically bashed down by a root that came crashing in. And he hit his head and fell unconscious. So, and then someone basically, funny enough, I'm pretty sure Leo, if I remember correctly, I could be misremembering, I'm pretty sure he took Zoliana, one of the jesters that you guys fought, he took their dead body and used necromancy so the zombie could carry Usagi out of the fight to the boat so he could continue helping in the fight. So,
Correct.
yeah. At one point it got really dicey because y'all were getting insanely low health. Loki was almost down, Kirla was almost down, Shindeo was down, Sangra Bell was down, Leo was heavily injured with a torso injury and he was half health, and Levana was the only one with any form of health, as she was still full health because she hadn't gotten near the enemy yet. Luckily for you guys got a hold of you got help from a person who's trying to rise to godhood, as you got a help from a nymph minotaur, who offered a helping hand and leveled everyone in the, on your crew up by giving Kirla the option to take the deal. They took the deal. In return, you just have to kill the owner of the navy to complete your side of the deal. Because, you never want to go against the deal. You're into the deal with a Fae. But, yeah. You got that. She helped you guys out. You guys did manage to take down Faye, luckily enough, and then you got to the ship, where everybody was battered and bruised. People were pretty hurt. Even Kasheshe, the person who never fights, had to get into some fights by the looks of it. So it was pretty bad. Varara was missing a literal arm, like her metallic arm was just taken off at one point. Everybody looked bad. Because it came out that while you guys were dealing with the tent, admirals attacked the literal ship. You guys did get a bunch of information from one of the admirals and actually found out that you're able to alliance yourself with one of the admirals that that your crew managed to beat and tie up to the ship, by the way. One of them was killed and has been sent to Yanessa and will probably be brought back as a servant of the crew by force. And
that's morbid.
Yeah.
Kill him?
Loki killed him, sacrificed him to Yanessa, and Yanessa basically went, I can do something with this. You'll have an admiral under your control real soon, buddy.
Oh, that's morbid.
This is only going to go great.
Meanwhile, the other admiral was more than willing to actually help out with the crew, because she actually works under one of the only general that actually seems to have some sort of sense and not just pure evil in them. So they actually gave you guys a bunch of information. In return, you guys let them kind of just leave, and they said they just turn a blind eye, as if nothing happened. So they're probably just going to lie about the admiral and just say that, I don't know where he is. Like, he said he was going to head to the island, but when I got there, he just didn't show up, type of thing. Lastly, you took over, Gildar imprisoned a bunch of Marines that were still alive and put them in the, in the lower deck area, in the prison area that you guys have, where Loki got to sift through, because Kirilla was helping resew Asta's dress back up, because it got pretty torn up. Loki got to sift through a bunch of the Navy people, and Gildar basically gave him, hey, these people would never work for us. These people, might as well throw them to the fishes. These people might be worthwhile. So, lucky enough, you had 5 people that were worthwhile looking into. Loki managed to convince them to work under your crew and betray the Navy. One of them was literally just a mercenary that was just hired to be a artificer for the ship. He never agreed to doing any of that crazy stuff they were doing to begin with. So you now have a captain for your second fleet, because there was 2 ships that were perfectly intact, so now you have a second fleet. They will be trailing like a day behind you guys, because they had to repair the ship, and you guys had to go in and get going, because you want to be able to try and make it to the party. And also try and save the Crook's Dynasty, because the longer you waste on that, the worse that scenario is going to get.
Uh-huh.
So you guys were finally getting to leave. So one day has at least gotten to pass. So we would be starting this session up on the next morning. And I will straight up tell you, straight away, because I want you to understand, Usagi, where you're at. All you saw, the last thing you remember seeing is that you had your bow in hand, you were aiming towards, you saw Faye fall, and your brain went, oh, perfect. It's done. It's all good. And then you remember out of the corner of your eye seeing a massive root burst out of the ground and basically just shatter the thing, like the platform that you were on top of from underneath. And then you remember falling forward and then hitting your head, and then it was lights out. And now you'd wake up as one person. Let me check here, because I actually have the map set up the way it is set up for a reason. You would have the person who's been doing rounds between two different people who have been unconscious this entire time, aka you and Ublex. You'd have Shin kind of like actively probably leaving your room, because he was probably just got done checking on you when you started waking up. So he'd at least turn around and just go, right, you're awake. How are you feeling?
Oh god, it's my head. Oh.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt for a bit. You took a good plunge there.
Oh, lovely.
I'm surprised your skull's intact. That was a 30-foot drop.
The advantages of taking a lot of falls, I suppose.
I guess so. I've been going around. Ublex also got knocked out with you. She's still out from what I know. But I think, Asta, if you want to see your girlfriends, because I know you care about them, I would hope.
Oh, of course.
Yes. Both Borf and Asta, they're up top. They're steering ship right now. So, if you want to talk with them, you can.
Oh, good.
But yeah.
I shall do just that.
Try and take it easy for a bit.
Going up. What?
Try to take it easy for a bit.
Okay.
Oh man, that
Yeah.
dog's
Did you repeat
about
that?
to kill so many people.
Yeah, no, yeah, he was literally just saying, just make sure you take it easy for a bit. Because, you know, literal head injury, you don't know for sure if you have a head injury.
Yes.
You hit your head, so.
Yes. I guess I'll... Just thinking to himself, I guess I'll have to be on top for the next few days. Anyway.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist. Anyway.
Oh, no, I see what you're going with. Never mind, dude. I thought of something completely different from what you said. I'm going to be straight
What
up.
the fuck were you thinking of?
Like, going up to, like, the bird's eye area, like the lookout area. Because you have less chance, because there's no ceiling up there, so you can't hit your head. That's what my brain went to.
I can't tell if you're joking.
He's
or...
being legit.
I'm being legit,
It's
100%.
It's Nits.
Oh my god.
You won't
Okay.
get any of those
Nit
jokes.
is the sweet summer child who does not understand innuendos or explicit content.
Which is
Dear
funny,
Lord,
because I'm the
okay.
guy that was, like, the player for the Bravo campaign.
Dear God. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway, yes, I am going up top.
Alright.
There's no music.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to share screen. Thank you. I knew I was forgetting something. Yeah, no, the music's still playing in the actual, like, recording. I just forgot to share it. Thank you for reminding me.
Figured.
Heck yeah. Oh, man.
Cool.
I do plan to, by the way, for people, if you ever want to find the music that we use, right now, all of it's from Bjorn the Bard. They don't have a lot out right now, but if you ever want to get more music for yourself, you actually can just commission the guy. I'm actually going to be working on eventually getting some commissioned music, some special music for the channel.
Ooh.
But that's going to cost a bit. That's expensive. So that's going to have to wait after I get done moving, because I move in June, and I've actually bought a place. The offer went through and everything. It's a little expensive, and I still have thumbnails we got to get for some stuff that's going to be coming up. So I gotta prioritize that stuff first. But eventually, I want to get some music going. So
Just
Have fun.
in the distance,
Thank you.
screaming.
yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, but yeah, you can head on up.
Good. So
I
those
moved.
two are busy.
Heck yeah. Yeah,
I moved.
Yeah, you can move around. Right now, just so everybody has an idea of where NPCs are at, in case you want to talk with anybody. Anybody that I've put onto the map that's in the ocean, aka Varara, Kasheshe, Ublex, and the Jester like,
Dog.
those are all just in their rooms. Or specifically for Kasheshe, they're underground, like, in one of the lower floors. Like, he's probably working on fixing Varara's arm. Meanwhile,
Wearing obscenities.
Shindale is like, yes, he is checking on Ublex, but he's also like the person that's been cooking. So until the chef is back, Shin's cooking.
How is Shin's cooking?
Shin's actually a pretty decent cook, and it's because he's literally just picked up, he's basically picked up Ublex's stuff over time. So, yeah. I kid you not, the people who actually can properly cook on your crew, besides Ublex, is Shin, your lookout, which is Tito, and Asta. Those are the 3 people that can cook. Technically, Leo can do anything. Leo's kind of that jack of all trades. It's just that it's similar with his sewing. He can do it. Like, it is edible. It's just like he normally isn't the one cooking for reasons.
Yeah, I can imagine. Alright. Okay. I need to talk to Yori for a minute.
Yori?
It's time for the most awkward conversation in Usagi's life.
Okay. Yori's just kind of hanging off, like, on the top area, like, near the steering wheel. Not quite on it, but near it. Just kind of near on the rails.
Can I borrow you for a minute?
Oh, yeah. What do you need?
Just somewhere a little bit out of earshot of Austin Borth, please.
Alright. I gotcha.
Over here.
Yeah, you can just, like, head down to, like, that more, like, middle area of the hull, essentially.
Yeah.
Of the deck. Not the hull. That's different.
I have to,
You go below the ship.
ask.
Yeah.
Alright, I have to ask.
Right.
Alright.
Mhm.
I don't know if you have any experience with this, but I was one popped question.
Well... Good question. Okay, I'm gonna be real. Never dealt with that. If you wanted help from somebody that actually knows this, because, I mean, I think you know by now, my whole life has just been me running around stealing things.
I figured.
Yeah. You're best off, from my understanding. Take this with a grain of salt. There is Olana. She's, from my understanding, she hasn't proposed herself, but she did work at a church for her entire life, so she's probably seen it in action many times. Because that is somewhat common for that type of work life. Besides that, I know I've heard Gildart mention a few times something about weddings, but I don't know if he's the one that popped the question. And I think Leo's done something with weddings, too.
Okay. Well,
Because
I guess,
my thought process, I'll let you know, what I would do is I would have, like, the box with, the thing. And, I would kind of just... I mean, counting if it's a man or a woman. If it's a woman, I just, like, I don't know, I'd, like, try to, like, shove it in her purse and leave a note. If it's, like, a guy, I'd probably just, like, try to get to his nearest back pocket and shove it into his pocket and then run.
I don't think I need to use such tactics. Probably.
I feel like you may have picked the wrong person to ask.
Hey, I mean, probably.
You do see also Moo, the Pompey, watching from behind, like staring at you in the eyes, Usagi, with the like most confident look of like, yeah,
I'm just gonna look at
Yeah.
him and like raise my finger up to my lips and like a gesture.
yeah.
Hey,
You see him like kind of cross his hands, bring up a smirk, and kind of nod his head and put a thumbs up, like no, I got you, like
Good. Okay.
yeah.
Meanwhile, Moo goes running back to Kirla.
Okay.
I mean, he's like in the middle of a deck,
The
so he's
only
like
person who can understand Moo.
Yeah.
Oh fuck
yeah.
me.
I mean, funny enough, because Moo's like in the middle of the deck, so he's technically just 5 feet beside Kirla, because she's kind of near the middle as well. But yeah.
All right.
Oh man. So who do you
Guess I'll
plan to
go
talk
for
to?
Alana instead. Remind me which icon that is.
So Lana is the one beside Gildart, the one with the pink hair, because that's
Pink hair, got it. Okay, thank you.
yeah. She's the one that got messed with by Vilva and then just joined the group because it was the most. What do I do with my life? I can't reconnect with my god.
All right. Can I
Yeah, Vilva will do that.
borrow you for a minute?
Huh? Oh, yeah, Gildart, I'll talk to you later. She just kind of like gives him a dismissive wave. He just kind of like, again, Gildart, in the most Gildart fashion, has a bottle of like orcish rum just in his hands. He just kind of like, just kind of cheers it up to her, like, yeah. It doesn't say a fucking word,
No.
just does a cheering gesture.
Quite frankly, I don't trust him to give me advice.
Damn. That's fair. Don't trust the changeling?
Okay. No, that's not why. I don't trust the drunk. But
Fair enough.
Then you must not trust Loki either.
no, not in matters of the heart. You're not like you think. I don't think Loki gives a shit about romance, does he?
Here's your fun fact answer. Does he care about romance?
That's a fair question.
He hasn't found anyone who he thinks would be interested enough.
Okay.
With his in mind.
Gotcha. So he's got specific tastes, is what I'm hearing.
Oh boy.
It's a fucking demigorgon who's now discovered he's a doppelganger. He's trying to figure himself out first.
Honestly, valid.
That's fair.
It's the most like, what the fuck am I? I am a mistake, apparently. I'm an error in the system.
But always just, I mean, I don't know.
Oh man.
I'm
Never mind.
a doppelganger. Gaslit myself.
Anyway, I'm gonna like ask her. So you work in church, correct?
Oh, yeah, I worked in the Church of Near.
Do you have any experience with popping the question?
So, kind of, yes. Because obviously I helped a lot with people doing that. I even had a few people ask me to be their wingman. Woman was wingman. You get what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I just never posed directly, per se. So what are you wanting to do? Do you have any ideas, at least, for your main gesture?
Getting 2 rings.
Okay, so I mean, besides obviously obtaining the rings, like, what about location, time? Like, these sorts of things matter. A lot of people care about whether it's a sunset, whether it's a sunrise. Is it at night? Is it in the middle of the day? What's the location? Would you want to do it at an event? Or would you rather keep it a little bit more silent? Some people prefer to just do it off, do the proposal where nobody's around. Other people would prefer to do it in the middle of a festival. I can probably try and help you arrange it. I just need to know what you're looking for.
Probably. Well, maybe in the middle of the festival, but a little more out of the way, I suppose.
Festival out of the way. Okay. So we have the Facey that we're just about to leave. We just had the Crux Dynasty. Don't recommend doing it there.
Obviously.
There might be. I can do some digging over the next few days and just try and see if I can find any festivals that might be currently going on or about to happen. In islands in the Inger Haze, if you're fine with that. I know La Colora, though I think there's things that we're supposed to handle in La Colora, because I think There's talk about the mercenaries that killed Careless. That might not be the best circumstances. But it's a really pretty
Always,
area.
I could always just do it on the boat.
That is always an option too. But I
Wait.
can look into islands if you want that, and if not, then
Wait,
we
I
can
have-
always do it on the
wait.
boat.
Actually, wait, I have an idea.
Sorry.
Just points to the crow's nest.
Okay. Go on.
That could be interesting. Just leave notes in their rooms telling them both to come up there.
That could honestly work. I'd recommend picking a good time for when you want them to come there, obviously.
Well, ideally when there's less people up and about.
Alright. I think from what Shin's talked to me about, because he's normally one of the last people to sleep, around 4 a.m. is when nobody's normally awake.
Alright, I guess I'm going to have to get up rather early for this.
It'd be worth it.
Yes, indeed. Hopefully Borf can get up that early.
I think she can. I know gnolls are typically heavy sleepers, however, considering she's from a
Yeah.
tribe, she's probably used to waking up when she needs to, like an alarm clock in her own head.
Understandable. Okay. That could be good.
In more scenario, I'm pretty sure Asta could just get Kisheshi to make her an alarm clock.
Fair.
Or she could just have Leo literally cast the spell alarm. That's also an option.
I prefer to not wake everyone else up.
I mean, he can, knowing him, with the way he is as a wizard, he could probably make it a lot more quiet so it just wakes up her. Alarm can be made in a more telepathic sense, so he could just make it telepathic so it only wakes up her. So only she hears the noise. Wouldn't be too hard.
Indeed.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, a lot of it's just time and place. From there, it's just your own words. Just tell them how you feel.
And getting the rings.
That too. I know there are some people where they'd rather buy kind of like a fake ring or something of that sort before they buy the proper ring, just in case if they refuse, they don't waste money. But that's up to you.
I don't think I need to worry about that, probably.
I don't think so, with the faith that they've had in you, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any other help you needed with that, or?
I think that's it. Thank you.
Okay, of course. I probably would have been more help if you actually were picking out an island and all that, but I'm still happy to help, nonetheless.
Thanks.
So yeah, she gives you a little nod.
You wouldn't happen to know where any good jewelry shops would be in the next few islands, maybe?
Next few islands. Let's see.
You might heard of?
Next few islands, well, if we can get Crux Dynasty into gear, and we can actually manage to save the place, they do have some rather nice jewelry. La Colora is also a really nice place. I mean, yeah, we'll be dealing with things there, but it's nothing major. Well, I say nothing major. It is major, but like it's not like the islands being taken over type of major. You know, it's more personal major. So we probably would be able to find time to also get it from there. La Colora is run by vampires, so the stuff they have there is very fancy. So there is that.
Man.
You'd also be able to get rings with blood gems in them if you wanted blood gems, which for a gnoll might be more entertaining. And considering Asta follows the blood goddess, that might not be a bad choice.
Indeed.
Besides that, the last place I can think of is the Hellchained Islands.
I would rather not purchase a wedding ring there.
Yeah, considering everything that's gonna go on, probably for the best.
Yes, Crux Dynasty. Sounds pretty good. Okay. Right, well, good, thank you.
Of course. But yeah, so now you've got some like stuff prepped, you know where to get your rings at. You got some choices. But oh boy, I hear Acrid laughing. You have something in mind, buddy?
I'm
Oh,
just
boy.
gonna be honest, when Usagi turns around, Loki's just gonna be standing there waiting.
Meanwhile,
Just he's
Kirla just off to the side talking to Moo.
I'm going to look at him and just put a finger up to my mouth in like a, if you tell anybody about this, you are dead to me kind of look.
Oh, you would just see Loki's just typical smile on his face and just like, I don't know what the fuck you're on about. Did you go, no. I did have a question for you though, that I forgot to ask sooner.
Yes.
And it has to do with when you died.
Yes.
Did Lemmius try to revive you?
No.
Hmm.
No, I think he, no, I
No.
think he got no, I think he got annoyed. No, I think he got annoyed at me because I got sick of his nonsense.
Now I will mention this.
I'm pretty sure he
You
ditched the lifeline from me, didn't he?
so to fully answer this in one big go, right? He did cut the lifeline, but it was also mentioned at one point, and I don't remember to which player. There's the only one character who would know
Kirla.
about this. Okay, it was Kirla. It was mentioned to Kirla that he did actually try to reinstate the lifeline because the curse had probably taken over. Is the assumption there that had been mentioned by soon God, dude, I'm blanking on names today.
Demigod man.
Yeah, the demigod elf. Oh my goodness, I am blanking so hard today.
Bro, I don't remember his name either.
Yeah. But it was mentioned by another NPC essentially that, hey, most likely the curse probably took over, and that's why the lifeline was cut to begin with, or why he even went for a killing shot instead of just a knocking out blow. But
Okay, I get
essentially,
that,
you
but
wouldn't,
still not-
Usagi wouldn't have known that. But also, Usagi wouldn't know if anybody tried to revive him. He would only know about the one that actually managed to. So, like, the God of Death could have tried to, like, revive him. But if Yanessa blocked them and did it herself, then you would never know to begin with.
Yes, indeed.
Alrighty then. So you didn't try to revive you as far as you know. Got it.
That's correct.
Son of a bitch. Alright, I don't know then. Fuck. Alright. Just the most fuck. Well,
Frankly,
That's gonna be a
I'm not
headache
sure
to
if I would
figure
have
out.
trusted him to revive me properly anyway.
I would have, but it depends on who's in control.
Hello, air conditioning.
Based off... Hi! Based...
Oh, man.
Look, based off what I've learned, yeah, I'd prefer to try and help the guy, because he's not a bad person. It's the curse that's the problem.
Hmm.
If I'm guessing right, from what I've been told, the curse is probably the thing that killed you, instead of Lemmius proper.
Kirla just looks over and just... What are you guys on about?
I asked a question about Lemmius. I didn't know if he would have an answer, though it's been proven he does not have the answer. I was...
What's the
needed.
question?
I need to know if Lemmius was trying to revive Usagi, but...
Yes, he did.
Oh! Neat! Good to know.
He did, but he was denied for whatever reason. It's assumed it's because Usagi refused.
Usagi,
I don't remember.
You're pretty fucking unwilling, so no, that would check.
I don't remember refusing.
I don't think it would be a conscious choice.
No, it wasn't. It was something that Inessa talked to me about.
What? What does that
Well,
supposed
yeah.
to mean?
When Inessa informed us of having found that Benjamin's soul would be willing to be resurrected, I was also informed that Lemmius tried to resurrect you, but you refused.
I don't remember doing that.
You wouldn't. It's something that your soul decided to do.
I'm assuming because you hate him so much, your hate would naturally override his ability to revive you, netting your soul unwilling and also making it quite difficult to revive you.
That would be my assumption. Yeah.
That is correct. That's also how revenants form in my world. So yes.
Was this something I did in character and just completely forgot about? Or
I honestly, if I'm remembering correctly, I think I asked you at some point. I don't remember if it was NBC or in DM. But I do remember at least asking you if you would have wanted to be revived by Limius, and you said no. So it was then brought into, all right, so we're using the UNESA lifeline. So that's what it boiled down to. I don't remember if it was on call or if it was in text, and if it was on call, if it was in session or out of session. If we did do in call, it was probably out of session. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that checks.
That does check, because you do hate him.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Which I mean is
Person
fair.
or not.
A lot of people don't. He's very like anti-protagonist.
Loki doesn't mind him.
As a side note, please don't threaten Moo with unstated consequences for talking to me.
I didn't threaten him.
Alright, well anyways, that's my questions asked. Bye.
All I did was this. Imitates the same gesture.
Yeah.
That's not a threat. Did he tell you anything?
Moo took it as a threat. That's why he came to me.
Oh, for God's sake, it's not a threat.
See Moo got cock his head like, huh?
Wait, but I'm gonna ask. Did he tell you anything?
No.
Well, of course he did.
Oh, for God's sake.
Moo would have not told that. That was something that he didn't do.
No, but Kirla's gonna say he did
Oh,
just to see what she can find out.
Alright.
Yeah, Kirla would just, well, of course he did. And quite frankly, I think you're crazy for asking of all people.
Oh, I mentioned Moo looks dumbfounded, like he. Huh?
Moo's like, I didn't do shit. Fuck
Yeah.
you, me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
roll.
don't remember the first person you talked to. My brain is.
You can
Yori.
you can
Yori.
roll. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a d20 to tell me whether I, like. Can I roll to see if I know that Kirill's BSing?
It would be insight versus
Insight.
deception. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Good luck.
Aren't you an inquisitive rogue? This should be right up your alley. Or are you a mastermind? I forgot. I'm so bad, dude. I'm such a bad DM.
He's neither. He's neither of those.
I'm trying. Oh god, dude. I'm a horrible DM. God damn.
Bro, he is neither of those classes. I'm not the DM, and I know what he is.
No, so straight up, I only looked at Reed's, at Usagi's, like subclass one time this entire campaign.
That's fair.
Yeah, like, it was something... Yeah.
So,
Anyway, I'm
Man is
rolling.
thief.
Go for it.
That's an 8.
Ooh. You have no idea. Even her
with my
passive beats
deception
that.
of 21,
Oh my
you're
god.
fully convinced I tell the truth.
Oh my god, I forgot. I didn't realize
All
Lester
right.
can lie as well as he can. Holy shit.
Alright.
Also,
well,
Kirla has advantage on deception.
right. Well, all I can hope is that please don't tell them ahead of schedule. Looks around,
mean-
seeing if anyone else heard that.
I won't say anything.
Yeah.
But the question is, what do you have planned? Because you're going to need one.
Oh, you piece of shit.
That's true, because even if she had heard you from Yori, and because Moo heard Yori and not the Olana one, then, yeah, no, she wouldn't know.
Oh my god.
Kirilla's just beating around this bush, being vague, but also thinks she has no idea what the fuck she's talking about.
I'm trying to get this information out of him. Because this is funny.
Plan? Yeah, plan? is to wake them up at 4 a.m. and hope things go well.
Yeah.
And then you hear the dinner bell ringing, even though it's like morning, because Shin rung the wrong bell. Hey, breakfast.
You need to have a little
Jump
bit
out of his
more of a
skin.
plan in place than just that.
I need to get before any of this, I need to get some good. I need to get some good rings.
That's fair. That's
You
fair.
would see Kirla's eyebrow raise.
What? What does that look for?
Ah, so that's what you're planning. Okay. Walks away with Miko. Come
What?
on, Moo. Time for breakfast.
You see, straight up, this entire time, Moo's been like standing in between the two of you, like looking between the two of you like a fucking lost child. And you see Moo look at Carla, start like walking happily towards her, look back at Usagi, and it gives you that look of like confusion, and then shrugs like, I don't know, and then like just keeps walking.
I bury my head in my hands. Dude,
Yori would just walk up. Oh, you got swindled. Ah.
Yes, clearly.
Snake.
Well.
It appears
Snake
it
people. The
appears I
bastards
am
of
rather-
deception.
it appears I am rather weak in matters of the heart. Anyway,
Ah. Well, you get him next time. Except it's a snake, so probably not.
yes, it's clever. I just need to get some more.
You want to know the funny thing?
What?
Kirla only has a +3 in deception.
What?
That's crazy. That is
But
crazy.
because she's diplomatic, she's got advantage on it. But also, what she rolled was a natural 15 and a natural 18.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
Also,
dear.
because of this happening, I did the passive checks. Like, I did a little check because I was curious.
Mhm.
If you have advantage on something, it adds a +5 to your passive checks.
Oh.
At least normally. That's at least how it's supposed to run, because it means that you're naturally better at it. When you
Yeah.
have advantage.
I also just forgot.
Loki-
I never knew about that.
Loki is the biggest pain in the ass to try and insight, because his passive persuasion is 28 and his passive deception is 25. So dude always looks happy, and it's a pain in the ass to try and figure out if he's lying or not.
It's the eyes.
Oh,
Even
man.
then, you gotta try and read him. It's a bitch.
Dude.
So just him looking
Oh.
at people, like, convincing the whole crew, the whole Navy people to join him is the most like, yeah, no dice roll required. His passive gaslighting's really good.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that's funny.
I fucking love that.
That's awesome. I will mention, by the way, throughout the day, 3 of you will get letters. So that is a fun little thing that you get to learn about. Carola, you'll be the first one to receive a letter as you're digging into your breakfast. As you see like a seagull kind of just fly overhead with like a letter and just drops it into your eggs.
Yeah, that's seagull for you, piece of shit.
Yeah.
My breakfast.
Yep. Yep.
At least it didn't try to steal it.
Takes the letter up.
All
reads
right.
it off.
Alright, so you realize because of the eggs, it kind of like made 2 envelopes stick together, so there's actually 2 separate letters for you. One of them, the signature on the envelope has smiley face.
Hi, Hiriko.
Actually, when you open it, you realize it's from Happy.
Oh, it's from Happy?
Yeah, it's from Happy. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah. So you see, you start reading it, and it says, it's very simple, it's very, childlike type of, writing, because it's Happy. Not exactly the most intelligent creature on Earth, but he's trying. You would hear him just go,
He's doing his best.
yeah, no, he's doing his best, you'd hear...
Best is deeply questionable.
Yeah. You start reading the letter, and you get the feeling of... It essentially says, hey, hope this sends... I don't remember if this is common or Elvish, but you'll figure it out, I think. Maybe. Well, what was I writing about again? Right. Smiley face. Oh yeah. So did that ghost tree thing appeared again in the ocean? That's cool. Hope you're well. There's a slime skeleton walking around the city now, so that's cool. What else? Smiley face. Right. Also, there's, yeah, we're gonna head to you. Okay. Bye. That's the end of the letter.
Okay.
I guess we're getting slime help.
Kira
Yeah.
just looks mildly confused.
You also didn't explain who we is. Who is we?
Oh yeah, no, that's a really good question. Who the fuck? I'm assuming it's an island of half slime people.
Kira just
Probably.
sits there and just... Hey?
The other one.
Happy says, we are coming to visit us.
Lovely.
I don't know what the we is. That implies multiple people.
I don't want to know. We'll find out.
You'll find out. Don't worry
Also,
about
apparently there's a slime skeleton.
Of course there is.
it. Yeah.
And the ghost tree appeared again.
Of course there is.
Oh man. The next thing is the next letter, which is from Hideko. Which- It says Hideko and then this colon smiley face, you know. Yeah. So you can open that one and you would just see it start out with, "Hey Carola, good to hear from you. Hopefully this letter reaches you. I got your letter from last time. Just want to mention, first of all, I once again have won big. I betted all my money over in La Calora. And it's gone smoothly. I've gained 3,000 gold, and then I lost 4,000, but we don't talk about that. So,
Okay.
anyways, the vampires, I am in debt to them, but it's okay. I'm sure they won't mind. I will have it smoothed out before you get to La Calora. I did find out the mercenary people you were trying to find, they're here. I figured out what cave they're at. I could just kill them if you want me to. If you want me to do it right now, just send me a letter, I'll do it ASAP. Otherwise, I'll try to wait for you, because it is technically, you know, part of, like, more of your personal life, and I don't want to be the person that just removes it and be like, blah, 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 this seems kind of rude. But, you know, maybe if you just want me to go ahead and kill them, get rid of their ugly ass, then I can just do that. Just let me know. I will charge, though. I will charge if you want me to do it alone, because, like, I need to pay off that debt. Right, bye! So there's
She's
Hideko.
waiting.
Son of a bitch.
Can't wait to pay off Himiko's debt.
Kira just...
Oh, yeah.
Damn it, Hiriko.
Yeah.
How
Now,
many islands before we hit La Calora?
you would see Barf, who is at the wheel, but kind of like, or was at the wheel. More, she's just kind of left the wheel to its own fate, because she wanted breakfast.
God.
So she kind of like pokes her head into the kitchen, because I'm guessing that's where you're eating right now, because normal people would eat at an actual table. I'm not normal, though.
Yeah.
I normally eat at my desk, but who cares?
Same.
Yeah. Heck yeah. So...
Desk
she-
is technically a table.
Yeah, technically speaking. She would just kind of poke her head through like the doorway and just go, we have Crux Dynasty, and then we have one more island. I don't know what that one is. And then we should hit La Calora, and then I think there's one or two more islands, and then we should be into the Blood Sea. By the way, I'm getting, well, actually, not I'm, more of, what's the bitch boy's name? Kasheshe. Kasheshe let me know apparently since I drive. He's working on fortifying the under area of the boat. I don't know what you call that. I don't give a fuck.
The hull?
Yeah, so when it drops, off the over 100-foot tall drop from the waterfall, the boat doesn't break.
I think it's a little bit more than.
Good to know.
Yeah, I mean like 10 feet, 100 feet, what's the difference? Alright, bye. Just goes off eating.
Meanwhile, Loki said they're like, bitch, it's like a 30-second drop.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, like, actually, I would say Loki's probably been there at least once before. You spend a minute and a half just dropping. That's how big that drop is. It's not 100 feet, it's more than that.
Think 100-foot drop. Loki. Keep
Uh-oh.
it up, Kasheshe. Please. This boat will shatter on
Yeah.
impact.
Yeah. Now for Loki, you get
Oh, I get
2
I get a
letters.
letter. Oh, no.
Actually, 3. First one.
Oh, God.
First one is from Sam, your captain of the Second Fleet.
Great. That was fast.
Yeah, he keeps you in contact. He would just it's very simple, straight point. It's like that, again, it's a pretty calm-headed person, relatively a friendly person. It's just a simple, hey boss, got the ship up and running today, so we are going to be taking off. Should only take you a few hours to even get this message. But I already went ahead and got us a 3rd captain for the 3rd ship on the island. So I went ahead, got a picture drawn over and everything, so that way you know your captain and you don't think they're just some random person that's donned your flag. So you don't just open fire on imposters when they're actually not.
Good job, bud. Thanks. That's needed.
Good job.
Oh,
Good job,
man.
Sam. I'm glad I put you in charge.
Yeah.
Keep it up, bud.
As you find out, he hired for the 3rd crew, another pretty level-headed person from what he said, a fairy. That's the fairy, in my world, pixies are really tiny, right? They're a few inches tall. Fairies, however, they can tend to get from 2 to 5 feet in height. She's around 4'6" from what you know. So she's a bit more on the massive side for fairies, but it's not she's not insanely tall compared to a human. But you have Captain Candleweather because fairy names are funny. But you can see this from the drawing, you can see this long hair that's been basically braided up on 2 sides, basically pigtails. Which I know it doesn't show as well in the picture, just bear with me. I don't, the image, I'm trying to vary the hairstyles a bit. It's very messy, wavy hair, and it goes down to the hips, essentially. You can't see it, but there are essentially braided areas of the hair that would go down her back as well as the right side is white and the left side is black. She does have some black makeup with a red star tattoo up in the middle of her forehead, as well as that same more snowflake type of same red on both areas of her shoulders, so one on each shoulder cap. But she has a bunch of red and blue snowflake just tattoos, just one on her arm, one on her leg, around her thigh essentially. But she wears a black tunic that is sleeveless with a I don't really know what you'd exactly call it. Those. You probably know more. You're more likely to know than what I would, at least. It's one of those ones where it's kind of not quite a maxi skirt. It shows the outer thigh, but it covers the rest essentially, and it goes down to around the knees. I do not know what type of skirt that is called, but it's not a Maxwell because the Maxwell goes all the way down to the ankles, if I remember correctly.
Maxi skirts go all the way down. Knee length with a slit.
Yeah, knee length with a slit, essentially. It does look like there's a built-in corset around the stomach area in this thing, so there is that. And then a little black strap on one on each arm, essentially, around the bicep, essentially. But also, like, the wings that is very interesting about this fairy is that the wings are basically, like, frozen. As the little bit of information you get on her is that apparently she is a sorceress of the frozen heart.
Ah,
Gotcha. So she's an interesting one.
useful. Good recruit.
Yeah.
Good job, Sam. Keep it up.
Heck yeah.
Loki would write him a letter in his typical Loki fashion of like, it's not as calm as him, but you can tell Loki's trying to keep it level-headed.
Yeah.
Loki's very extra in his writing, I feel like.
Yeah, that checks. That checks.
Yeah, but he's just the most like, good job, keep it up. Recruit more like that. I like level-headed's good, and if she wants to recruit more people to us, she can. You don't
Sam
listen to
will
her letter.
remember this.
Oh, yeah, great.
And Candleweather will remember this.
Dude, it's the most like build fleet. We have 4 islands, motherfuckers.
You guys have 4
Yeah,
islands to
too.
get as big as a fleet as you physically can before things
Yeah.
get messy.
Oh,
Yeah, no, honestly, it's not a bad strategy, because, like, yes, quality is good, but quantity is also very good.
yeah, no. So he's like trying to gun for like a middle road of like, I want quality people, but also, goddamn it, we need boats for cannon fire.
Yep.
Because if you bombard a base fast enough, they won't get shoot back.
Exactly. Oh, jeez. The second one you would get is from Captain Coggin of the Mint Pirates.
Oh God. Hey bud, how you doing?
And you hear from him in his thing, "Hey bud, hope you're doing good. Right. Sorry if the language is a little broken. You know common's not my first language. You feel like it's not like there's no spacing, but it just feels like there's definitely a pause that he took when he was writing. Like, how do I say
There's
the
like
next
a
word? How do I
break in the
write it?
words. Like,
Yeah.
It's like a break. Like,
Yeah.
so, like Logan's looking like, oh my God.
Dried.
Yeah, exactly. you did see it like where he probably started picking it back up, and he just go, "Yeah, so I'm gonna be in Calora. See you there."
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Alright, great. We'll get the Mint Pirates help.
Yeah.
Probably for the fucking... I'd imagine we'd want them for the fucking... Eldritch thingy, the Eldritch Horror.
Yeah. You probably will want their help from the Eldritch Horror, because the Eldritch Horror is gonna be a problem. The last one is from Genesis.
Oh, okay.
Very fancy writing in insane cursive, and like even the ink is gold, man. Even the ink.
Bro, dude, Loki, it's like everyone gets to see Loki. He reads the first letter, is like, alright, cool. Reads the second letter, priest, decent. He spends a good, like, 2 or 3 times as long on fucking Genesis's letter.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to read it.
Oh yeah, straight up. Even the envelope is very regal. It has that like velvet red color to it, and it doesn't even feel like it's made out of paper. It feels almost like it's straight up just made out of like a smooth silk. Like everything about this man is just extra. Even the paper he uses is that similar like red. When he writes into the envelope, and you can just hear in his voice, probably, in what your brain would probably go to for him. You can just hear,
Yep.
"Dear Loki, I'm writing to you because I am here to inform you of something that is currently going on. As you may have heard, the warlords have been abolished, meaning I can no longer drain them of their resources, meaning phase 2 of my operation is coming into play. By phase 2, I mean dealing with Innerfeller, and then dealing with the Navy. Innerfeller has been spotted in the Inger Haze, a little bit past Calora. I'll make sure that I meet up with you soon.
Oh, how convenient.
Sincerely, your greatest friend, and your only ally, Genesis.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Extra ass motherfucker.
Oh,
Really
jeez.
fucking dumped in those 2 fucking titles for himself.
Nice.
Oh, man. As for you, Usagi, you get 2 letters.
Oh boy.
One
All right, lay it on me.
is from Nekomata.
Oh boy. Oh god, here we go.
From Nekomata. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah?
No, I'm listening.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So,
Okay.
from Nekomata, it would just read, Hey, Usagi, writing this quick because I don't have a lot of time because I currently hit up in an area. From what I know, you're probably going to be heading into the Crux Dynasty, so I will be seeing you there. Long story short, my captain, I managed to convince him to stop on by because he owes your crew a favor. So, let's just say that we'll be helping you in your dynasty. Toodaloo.
Oh boy. Okay.
You probably get the idea. There was mention that there was a third party fighting in Crux Dynasty.
God
It's
damn.
probably them. Which, you know, if you remember who she joined with, it's the people
do.
you guys befriended way back in the island of Hempine.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
Yeah, dude, they're coming
Man,
back.
it's like an oath of vengeance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the fucking sparring fight people.
Yep.
Lovely.
Yep.
Yeah.
He took an oath of vengeance. You have a sorceress, who's like the best, the other, like the co-captain. You have Millie, who is the blind monk. You also have the cook, which is Miko, who goes way back with Ublex. And now you also have Nekomata as part of that group. So it's not a massive crew compared to some other crews, but they make it work. The other one, however, is from Taka.
Okay.
And
What she's writing.
yeah, so you would start reading into it and it would just go, Hey Usagi, I'm writing this letter because from what I know, your crew has some like connections with my crew that I'm working with because I joined the Love Pirates when I got away from the Navy and all that. We managed to reassemble our captain. So we will probably see you in the Hell-Chained Islands. Be safe. Don't get yourself killed. And don't get yourself killed with Interfeller. I know he's in the sea. I know he's at least somewhere in that area. Just be careful. I know you normally are, but it seems like when you join those crews, you've gotten a little bit more reckless, which isn't a bad thing. It means that you're not just a coward anymore, but it's also terrifying to see you put your life in jeopardy the way you do sometimes. So just be careful. Sincerely, Taka.
Oh boy. All right.
So more just a heads up like, hey, please don't get yourself killed. That's an emperor. Oh god. Type of
Not
message.
for long, bitch.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. But yeah. You guys have like 4 days of travel in total that have to be done before you get to the Crux Dynasty. Is there anything y'all wish to do on the boat before you get to the Crux? Because once you get to the Crux, it's gonna be crazy.
Yes.
You guys know that, so.
Yeah.
What you got?
Kayla's going to start taking measurements of everybody.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
measurements of everybody. What about Loki?
Loki's actually gonna try to talk to Pike.
Alright, alright.
He's like our
Go for it.
major healer, dude.
Yeah, he's like, you honestly, you actually have a really good mixture of healing types in this crew. Because Pike is way more combative. And then you have, like, if you just need full heals, only heals, you've got Olana. And, like, Oscar's a weird mix of the two. So, yeah. But yeah, what do you want to talk to him about?
So, I guess Loki would default to Pike because he knows that, yeah, he would try to catch Pike when he's on his own because he does have some also, like, some, like, questions he wants to ask.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's probably been, like, checking on Ublex. Because it's more of like, you've been unconscious for a bit, buddy. Are you good? Type of, like, check-in. So, You just wait for him to leave Lublex's room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loki would, you go, hey, bye. I had a question if you're willing to answer for you.
Sure. What do you need?
Well, I had one thing, and the fact of I was hoping I could actually learn a little bit of more about healing from you.
Alright.
Because, I can heal myself with my strings, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I do some stitching and whatnot. But I don't know much about medicine. Like at all.
So you want first aid practice, essentially.
I'm wanting to essentially try and actually make it so maybe at some point I can get a healing burst that's a bit more effective than others. And essentially know how to heal someone's internal injuries.
Healing internal injuries. That's a rough one. Because even with my magic, I can only do so much when it comes to internals. I could show you anatomy stuff. I can show you how to distinguish what organs are what muscles are what you're dealing with the human body and other bodies. Because you have to learn the anatomy and the structure of every race, because every race is different.
Yeah.
And that takes time. As for directly healing those areas, that's hard, even for me.
Yeah, because also here's the thing about Loki. He's not proficient in medicine, so dude's really just trying his best when it comes to his healing.
Yeah.
So he's not good at healing, technically. He's not good at medicine. So he's
Yeah.
just kind of guesstimating when he's healing. So like, maybe I should get better at this? Like,
Yeah. So
since I'm like an emergency healer?
yeah. I mean, yeah, he would not mind just like literally just sitting down with you and kind of just basically bringing out books upon books of information of different anatomies. Straight up, something that you would realize, like, because like y'all haven't really been to Pike's room much because he's rarely in it. He'd bring you to his room. He has a bookshelf of just anatomy books. Because he's had to get new ones every time you guys have gotten a new race onto the crew.
Oh god damn it.
And every time y'all have made, an alliance with, like, a crew, and that crew has some, like, races that, like, y'all haven't, like, don't really have on the crew, he's gone out of his way to get books for those, too. So, like, he has one on Anubai, for example, because of Genesis. He has one on, Opalins, because of Nathio and Carlisa. He has one on Gnolls, because Gnolls' bodies work differently. They have an extra layer of bone. They technically have an extra layer of bone around their skull for extra protection, because of what they do. That grows within their head. Which also prevents some of the mutations from happening, unlike for normal hyenas. There are, like, small little differences that he's, like, that he basically have to start briefing you down. Like, this is the normal human anatomy. You need to learn every single muscle. You gotta learn every single organ. This is what you need to know.
Yeah.
So, what you can do is that, like, every now and then I'll just have you roll, like, I guess just a medicine check until you eventually roll well enough that I can deem it worthwhile that you've got to proficiency.
Cool.
So that's kind of what we'll
like,
do for that.
Yeah, Loki's also hoping to eventually get, like, I guess maybe possibly like a one-time mechanic or something.
Yeah.
Where he can take more time with his, like, probably instead of it being like a bonus action, it's like an action healing that he uses his healing string to essentially get, where like the healing can be doubled. If he's like I need to heal this person.
Yeah.
Or they're going to fucking die.
I don't know if he'd be able to straight up double it, but he could probably get a mechanic of that where, like, instead he'd probably add, like, an extra D20 or an extra, like, 2D20 or something like that. We'd have to, again, draft it out, figure out what exactly would be balanced for it. But we could probably figure out, like, a version where he gets some extra die that he gets to add on to the healing. Like, that could be something. But yeah.
Double the damage die. No, it's fair.
No.
Um,
Because straight up double would mean that he need to be rolling a crit on the medicine, probably, just to be able to get that. And that means that if he, like, rolled a crit and he was already getting doubled, it'd be quad healing, which is insane. But, yeah. You need, yes, but there are, even with magic, to some degrees, there would be limitations on how much you can actually heal a person without being a straight-up god. So there's that weird thing of, like, I gotta sit here and go, you know, to some degree, I've got to have some type of limitation that I, myself, as a person, have to figure out. Dude, later levels like this, things just really start getting wonky, so I have to actually sit here and go, should that be allowed? I'm saying fuck it to a lot of things. Should I allow that? I don't know. We can sketch it out. We can draw some stuff out. Like, I'm saying this right now because that's what's on my brain right now, but I might change my mind and allow you to do the double. We'll see. But yeah, you can definitely work for something like that.
I can only heal, like, 6 times per turn, or per day.
Yeah.
Because my healing is very limited.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's why I'm like, but also if I, like, because it's technically just a bonus action, so I'm like, if I take my full action and heal, maybe.
Yeah, you'd at least be able to make sure that you're being, like, more detailed with your healing at the very least. So you definitely would be able to boost the healing. I just gotta figure out by how much. I can't speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a possible thing that you could have done. So, yeah. Yeah. Straight up, by the way, because I know Kirla's going around getting measurements. There are some, I want to be straight up, there's definitely some people that when you get to them, you're like, alright, I need to get measurements from you. There is that moment of, oh, you're like, not the type of body shape I thought you were type of thing. Because you would have to grab like a tape measure, and kind of like check people, essentially, with that sort of thing. I've done measuring in clothing shops when I've worked them in the past.
Yeah.
Straight up, like, Shin's kind of a skinny guy, but you don't really realize it how much because of the baggy clothing until you actually bring, like, the frickin' tape around his waist. And it's just that sinking realization of, what do you mean your waist is 17?
Wow.
So...
She just looks at him, looks at the measuring tape, looks at him, looks back at the measuring tape, holds up the measuring tape in one hand and just, pow.
He just gives you that look. Like, he doesn't say a word.
How are you so tiny?
I am. I don't eat. Not much, at least.
I know people who would kill for a waist that small.
I mean, if they talk with the Koskin, we could probably figure something out. Yeah,
It's a metaphorical thing.
No, okay. So you don't want people dying for that. I mean, that's fair. I wouldn't imagine you would actually want people dying for something that simple. Yeah, I don't know. People have nobody's ever asked me or really, paid attention to that. But normally people don't measure me, so. Besides, yeah.
She would just, take offense if you want. I hate that you have that small of a waist.
No, no, I understand. Yeah, because, like, I'll be straight. Shin's body type is literally just, like, he has, like, essentially an endomorphic body type. Whereas, like, they have, like, he does have muscle mass, but the muscle mass is very lean. So, the bit of muscle he does have, like, it shows, but, like, it's not taking up a lot of space. He's the type of person where it's like, oh, you look at him, it's like, oh, it's a scrawny guy, he's not gonna hurt. And then they send, like, you through, like, a brick wall type of person. That's the type of body type that dude has. Pike's is pretty average. Yori's is, like, she's petite. She's not very, it's a kitsune, 5 foot in height. Like, they're a little bit more on the petite side. That's fairly obvious. I don't think I gotta explain Lavana's. Because Shashay's, I again petite, but it's because he's a tiny cat. He's 3'5". What do you want from him? Gildar is like, despite drinking so much alcohol, and there should be a like heavy water retention because that is something it normally slows down your metabolism and all that. Normally it makes you a little bit more on the bulkier side because of all the alcohol. No, he's not like anything like Shen, but like he's pretty flat stomach overall, or quote unquote flat stomach. There's definitely muscle there because barbarian with that much strength, but you get the idea. He's just a lot more like heavy upper body shouldered. He has that like triangle body build. Leo's in that similar thing of Shen, not like in the fact of like the insane waist, but just more of just very well built, but just kind of more on that skinny side. More just trim than anything. I don't think I really have to explain rest. The only like everybody's besides Shen, like a lot of people here are relatively normal in body size. I mean, besides the ones that you can look at and it's obvious. Alana. Yeah. Borf is straight up just. I'll be real. The weirdest one to probably work for and actually get stuff for is probably Borf, because she is massive, and as a person, she is massive. Because that's like 7'3" in height. So you're working with that, and then you have these like, despite they're like. A lot of feminine clothing, sadly enough, if we're being honest, don't really have much shoulder. Don't really have space for shoulders. She has shoulders. Her shoulders come out more than her hips. She has shoulders. She also has muscle, which is something that a lot of clothing for women typically don't make space for some reason. Well, actually, we know the reasons. It's because society and bullcrap. But, yeah, no, like, she's probably going to be the hardest one to tailor anything for. Just because the way her body's built. But yeah, you can definitely get the measurements. You definitely have to fight Borf for hers, though. She's definitely that one that's like, I don't want it. I like what I'm wearing. Leave me alone.
Well, I think she will want... Honestly, maybe she should wear like a sleeveless dress.
If you're gay trying to get her a dress, sleeves are...
options.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, you have options luckily for you, so you have time to figure that out, because I'll be real, you try and get her in a normal dress, and she would not.
I honestly think I have something that Borf would like.
Okay. Oh, man. But yeah, no, you can figure out all that, you can meet up with Asa, and you guys can start sewing up stuff. It'll probably be like the majority of your travel to whatever island you plan on using this for. Like, just throughout the time of traveling, just, like, slowly selling these up. Because this is a lot of outfits. This is a lot. Because y'all actually have a pretty good-sized crew now at this point. Also, actually, you know what? There is one crazy measurement that's actually crazier than Borf and Shen, which is the Cinder Dash. So the Cinder Dash... Oh, man. But yeah, no. Yeah, if you want to do anything for the pets, you can, too. I'm not going to stop you, dude.
He's gonna give most of them little bow ties or little bows.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna roll.
Cinder Dash's bow is like half the size of his body, and it's trying.
Dude, it's trying its best, man. It's doing what it can.
Equally questionable best.
It's doing its best. It looks over at the Floxer, who's completely fine because it's the bow isn't half the size of its body.
No, she'd make the bow small enough.
Yeah, but imagine if it was a big one.
Dash that like just can't fly because it's just stuck to the ground because of a bow stuck to it. It's like,
I see the dress, by the way, that Anya sent me in DM. That would be out of like your best shot to getting Borf into a dress is something more like that for sure. That is probably one of your better shots. But yeah.
I have a couple of possibilities.
Heck yeah. Oh man, what I'll try and do, honestly, actually I don't know, I shouldn't say this. I'm gonna say it anyways, and if it doesn't happen, just know that I just didn't have the time. But if you actually get me outfits for like what you want people wearing for, I'm guessing the party at the Blood Sea is what you're doing this for.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey Rena, you don't have to scream at me, buddy. Hey. My cat's screaming at me. I might try and actually sit down when I have free time to actually draw the people in the outfits. I just gotta have the time, so do keep that in mind. But if I have the time, I will try and do that. Just so y'all can actually picture the characters a bit better. No guarantees. That's if I have time. But yeah. I've went ahead and enrolled for the days and how they would go by in travel, by the way. First day would go by fine. Nothing, no crazy weather, nothing like that. Second day goes by fine. Nothing, no crazy weather, nothing. The third day, you would, it's actually like, let me ask, is anybody up around, I'd say, probably 1 a.m.?
I would be.
Okay.
Kirla would be if she's working on the dresses and the suits, yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, so, like, you and Asta are, like, cooped up in her room. Up. Hey, Rena. Hey, buddy. A lot of the NPCs are probably asleep. Like, I know Borf is probably asleep with Usagi. Unless Usagi's actively awake for some reason at 1 a.m. But from my understanding, he normally doesn't stay up around this time.
No, I do not.
Yeah. So, a lot of people are mainly asleep. The people that are currently awake are the lookouts right now, which is the 2 slimes. So I'm going to actually move Tito off this top area here. So you have Ramiro and the druid one basically up on the lookouts. You no longer have Borf down there, but now Gildart's driving. Actually, you know what? No, the other slime would. So the sorceress is driving. So that way Gildart can also, because he has been teaching the slime slowly on how to do stuff. The only other people that are up besides, like, the few is Nathio, because he literally does not need sleep, because he is an Opalin. And Shen, because it's Shen. I don't think I gotta tell you much about that one. Don't know why I measured that, but yeah. Yeah.
Didn't know how to sleep.
Shin, well, he can sleep if he wants to. It's just, he typically just meditates rather than sleeping, and that only takes him like 4 hours. So he'll...
Shin's also probably very concerned about Ublex.
That is
Let's be
also...
real.
Yeah, no, that is also another thing. Like, he's mainly just been downstairs. Every once in a while he comes up, and it's normally just to cook. During the nights, he's been coming up to kind of keep an eye out. He kind of just does, like, patrols, essentially, a lot of times. So for Loki, since you would be up top deck, you can roll me a perception check. And so will Shin. And the lookouts. Lookouts have advantage because they're at a height advantage. Not because they're
25.
taller than you, but because of other reasons. 25, alright. So let me...
Natural 14.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm also pretty sure they are taller than him.
They are.
They are. Okay, so you...
Let's be real!
I am short.
So you and Ramiro would see... It is like... I'll be straight up honest. Normally this is like a thing that you see from far away. You don't see it from far away. In fact, when you notice this thing, it is right up on you. As you're looking around the dark, you guys normally dim the lanterns during night, so, Navy or, pirates or whatever don't come directly barreling towards you guys. For, for safety reasons.
Bastards, yeah.
Yeah. You would see as a ship emerges from the water.
What?
What?
Uh-huh.
Bud.
As you see a Navy vessel emerge from the water and
What
ram
in
into
this?
the ship.
What in the fucking hell?
As you hear from the top of his lungs a paladin downed in white armor. Dude, my brain
Dawn.
is shutting down
Dawn.
tonight. Dawn, thank you. I knew I was close. Donned in white
Say
armor.
clad in white armor.
No, because that's not a word that ever comes to my mind. But yeah, he's basically donned in white armor, and you would see him yell out at the top of his lungs, "Usagi! I've come to crush your balls!"
Oh
I
my
didn't hear that
God,
last
it's
part. What
this
did you say?
fucker. He's
I've
here
come
again.
to crush your balls. Remember me from Extracts.
I'm going to Right. I'm gonna take off my ring for this.
Uh-huh.
Carla, did you fuck up the dress?
Probably
come on.
because the boat just got rammed.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, there's a
yeah.
pissed off Yonti now.
Well, I'm going to take off my gender bending ring for this.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
No balls to kick now, motherfucker!
He might go for the two bigger ones now, but that's fair enough.
That's gonna hurt less, hopefully.
I don't know, man. Both
Beg
hurt.
to
I don't
fucking
know.
differ.
He says, disclaimer, having no personal experience with that anatomy. Anyway,
I'll be
You
real.
understand
Oh my
the number
God,
of
no,
nerve
that's not
endings
Yeah,
that are in a woman's boobs.
they're medically speaking, it would probably be more painful to actually do it this way. But if that's what you want to do, go for it.
I mean, yes, but I
Usagi
just want to
would
prove
know,
a point.
So.
He wouldn't know. He hasn't been
Right.
hit there yet before, so.
No, wait, I have to post this. Give me a second.
Yeah, you can post it. We don't need to stop the conversation for you to post it. You're all good. You would see as Shin would just look to you, and because I'm gonna be honest, you can see the guy's already looking to jump onto your ship. He's just gonna look to you guys and just go, "You captains got this. We're gonna go deal with the actual people on the other ship so they don't destroy the ship with cannons."
Oh god damn it! Alright, Loki's
So-
gonna let out a really loud whistle to try and wake everybody up.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna be real. Everybody's already getting up, because this would have definitely
Carla
woken you up.
slams the door open and she's pissed.
Oh yeah. Straight up, this is a massive ship. Because there's not just one, but there's two. Because you now realize there's one on the other side of your ship, too.
Seriously?
Hi.
As your
Oh,
crew
dear.
is going to split themselves up 50-50. One going to one side, one going to the other ship, leaving you guys to protect the ship, and leaving one person to steer it. Which is your sorceress.
Oh my god.
Great.
As we are going
Open
to
fire.
move on over. And I'm just gonna go ahead and let me just do something here real quick. Boop. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab all of your guys' icons here real fast, and you guys will get to start initiative. I'll be straight up honest. You guys can go and roll initiative. It's group initiative, so you all can just pick who goes. Like, you know, pick two people that will roll initiative, and
Loki
you guys can roll for
and
initiative here.
Usagi.
Okay. I'm grabbing everybody's thing here. Where is you're right, yeah, no, we don't need duplex. Yeah, right, it's just four of you. Okay. Copy. Boink. Bing bong. Okay. Boop. So you guys can place your people to where they'd be. A lot of you guys probably be coming from down here, so I'm gonna place you guys right here. You have sorcerers here. You have Loki, or probably around here. And then you have this right here. Okay. I am now going to bring you guys over to the map. And here we are. So, you see standing, as like you see this paladin from before jump onto the boat. And I actually have a picture for this big guy. Now, may I remind you, it was mentioned he was a human. Despite being a human, he seems a little bigger than what Usagi remembers. When you hit this guy, all you remember, because you didn't really pay much attention when you hit him, you thought he was a random guy and he wouldn't matter. He was like just like a 5'7", like human, like fairly skinny. You're seeing now is this massive 10-foot tall human. A vice admiral, from grunt to vice admiral, with this white, like, cloth underneath this golden armor, with white, with white cloth going around the shoulder area with the crosses, emblems of his god. He has instead of a normal helm, it has like a golden crown embedded into the helm, and all you see is two glowing blue eyes shining from it. And instead of having a normal greatsword, he has a cross-shaped claymore that is the same size as him. And is probably probably in width is as thick as Shin's, like, waist. Besides that, black pants. And you can see hopping onto the boat beside him, a little bit more onto that top deck area where you have to go up the stairs to get to her, is one other lady who seems to hop onto the boat. And I'm going to grab the picture of her real quick for you. As you would see also hopping onto the boat, boarding this group here, is a lady with this, like, white skin and a plague doctor mask going on, with his, like, yellow eyes, purple hair, that's kind of, like, basically tied up and kind of, like, tied up, but kind of, like, basically brought to, like, the side, like, behind the hair. With this, like, witch doctor hat, essentially, with, like, a bird skull embedded into the middle of it. Purple dress with, like, a black cloak going over it, with a bunch of potions hanging off of a belt. And she has these, like, slitted eyes, similar to what, Kirla has. As, yeah, this is what you're dealing with. As initiative would begin.
Damn it.
Yeah. This is why you don't do random things like that.
Nah, this is why you do it, so we can get free experience.
True. So, I'm going to roll their initiatives. Hello, air conditioning. And we're going to see who gets to start. So what was y'all's initiative? Who was the two people that rolled?
Alright, well, alright. That's 19.
Okay.
I got 28. I got 26.
So, here's what I'll say. So, you would see as he jumped from his ship and into the middle of the deck right in front of Loki. But Loki, you'll be the first to go of your initiative. You guys do get to go first. Loki will be the first because he will be the first there to respond. And then you would see the lady quickly hop on over. However, she doesn't just make the jump. She just uses a rope and actually swings over.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
got it. Cool. So we've got Super Soldier and Bitch.
Yep.
And neither of these people are the one that frickin' bald guy.
Bald guy?
Ball guy.
Bald guy.
That's
Yeah,
the Paladin.
the paladin. The
Oh.
big guy,
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, he has even bigger balls to kick now. Lovely. Okay.
Maybe.
You
You can try.
It's time for some good old fashioned CBT.
Let's see what happens. Alright, Loki, what do you got?
Alright, I really feel like Loki's just more pissed that he hit his ship. Like, he doesn't even give a fuck that the dude's here. He's like, God damn it, why'd you hit my ship? Fucker.
That's fair.
It's like, you fuck, come here.
Oh, man.
Oh, God. Alright, so Loki is going to... He's going to enact a rage, because he's pretty sure this is going to fucking hurt. So...
Okay.
That's fun.
So you rage. You get angry because
yeah.
he hit your ship.
Yeah, I know. So Loki actually has a reason to be mad. So he's like, "You motherfucker, come here."
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So like, actually, this thing I didn't get to actually describe this because I forgot to do it last time. But for a fraction of a second, when he actually enacts his rage and his eyes go purple, there's like a bear spirit that forms behind him and then runs into him.
Okay.
Oh,
Heck
It's just
yeah.
him enacting his totem because he's a bear totem barbarian.
Heck yeah.
So I get fucking resistances. God damn it, come here.
Let's go.
Alright, as next up, Loki's going to actually fling, like he's going to essentially swing his arm up as he's running towards the big fucker. As he's going to throw string past him at the bitch,
Okay.
as the plague doctor lady is going to have to deal with sticky string that's going to be attempting to wrap around her.
Okay.
And strain her.
So what does she need to roll?
She needs to roll a strength save, DC 18.
Strength save.
Because I don't
Alright.
need the cleric doing shit.
Alright, so you see her hop onto the boat. You see her looking around. She looks over at Kirla. You see her stop. You see her almost just kind of like, almost like if nothing went behind those eyes for a second, and suddenly, like, sticky string is being shot onto, like, her feet. So she can no longer move. So you have tied her feet down.
Around her to restrain
Oh,
her.
yeah, you know, so you just wrap it around like Spider-Man then. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, she did fail to save, so.
Yeah, it's the most like, huh.
She does not look
Nothing behind them eyes when she looks at Kirla.
She does not stop looking at Kirla.
Why?
She does that, there's nothing behind her eyes, and then you see her look you up and down, and then yeah, she just keeps staring.
Slitted eyes. I don't know. Moving on.
Hey?
Loki is then going to, because he's like half the size of this fucker.
Yeah.
This is actually really funny because this guy might have a really annoyed time trying to get Loki because Loki like barely goes, like Loki can just hide behind his cloak. Like he's just this tiny kitsune moving around him.
Okay.
As Loki's gonna like swing his chains, he's gonna essentially like move around him a bit.
Okay.
As he's going to like essentially swing twice with his chains, as he's got one attack action left.
Alright, go ahead.
That is a dirty 31.
Dirty 31. That barely hits.
Ah, got it. And I got really lucky. I rolled 2 natural 18s.
Okay.
So that's 2 31s.
2 31s. So 31, 31?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
Alright, cool. Next up,
As-
Usagi.
As
Oh?
Yep.
he takes damage.
Heck yeah. Basically, Loki, what you get to see is that you see Loki basically shoot out this string wrapping around the probably cleric, and then basically starts darting around this massive 10-foot tall standing paladin who's taking up a 2x2, coming around the side, and then basically begins just thrashing him with his chains, essentially.
Hey. Okay. Right. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna turn invisible first of all.
Okay. Don't forget to roll your stealth.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Here we go. That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to sneak up to him
Uh-huh.
and attempt to. What else? I'm gonna commit CBT on his ass.
Go
Now,
for it.
there we go. Stabbing in the green area. Really gonna ruin this guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, let me just. Right. Okay. Oh, and because I have new health, I'm going to attempt to do Sinful Slash.
Alright.
Yep.
Now, Simple Slash, if I remember correctly, that takes a bonus action to also use. Does the cloak take a bonus,
wait.
or is it a special?
Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it just hit me.
No, let me check that.
I think cloak took a bonus, if I remember correctly, but I could be
No,
wrong.
it does. No, it does.
Okay.
Oh,
Then
no.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
fine,
you'd
then
have
I'll
to wait then. Yeah.
All right, fine. Then I'll just attack. Okay.
Okay.
But I can use Cloak Strike since that's special.
Yep.
Attack. That's an 18 to hit.
That will miss.
What?
So, yep.
Oh.
So you take a swing towards the groin area, and you see him basically place his claymore directly in front of him, and your blade basically bounces off.
Oh dear. Yeah. Okay. Can I? No, I'm not going to use Lucky yet. That seems like a waste. So then I cannot do shit. Alright. That's my turn.
All right, Kirla.
Okay. Kirla is pissed off.
That's fair.
She is muttering about having messed up stitches on the dress.
Ah. I see.
So she's gonna move there.
Okay.
And she's gonna try plasma bolt.
Alright. That
20.
that will miss. As that sword that he put down onto the ground before in front of him, you see him lift the clay. I don't know why I said sword, the claymore. You see him lift the claymore and then just basically just strike it midair, sending the plasma just every which way. You see the plasma begin seeping into the wooden boards.
On which ship? Because there's two on either side.
Right now,
And he definitely seems strong enough to hit it onto one of his ships.
oh yeah, no, because it's like a liquid almost with the way this thing's coming out. It kind of gets up a bit onto your ship and a bit onto the ship facing towards from Loki's direction. So basically, AK, if you're standing at the wheel, it would be to your left.
Okay.
So this side, pinging it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because Cheshire's gonna be pissed.
he's not gonna be happy. And the firebolt will
Kirla
also
is
be
failing
knocked to the
everything,
side.
apparently.
It happens. I'll be real. This guy's gonna be a bit hard to hit.
Yeah, the 31 barely hit. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
What is
I hope Usagi can hit him, because Usagi doesn't have as high of a plus as Loki does.
I will mention this.
Yeah.
There is no feats that has been given to this guy to boost his AC to what it is. This is from his race and his class alone.
To be fair, I just got a shit roll, and I'm gonna be abusing Lucky next few turns if I don't get better rolls.
That's fair. As next up is Glacier.
Or hey,
Hmm?
hey,
Yeah.
Nitz, how many gambler's dice do I have?
You have none because you're in complete debt. You don't have any to use.
Fuck.
Yep.
Okay.
As
Oh,
next
no,
up is Glacier.
Is he gonna pulverize my?
Who knows?
Oh no.
Next up is Glacier.
Oh, goodness.
You would see Glacia, just like who's at the wheel. You see her like sitting there like, oh god, what do I do? I'm at the wheel. I can't leave the wheel. I can see his head over the floor and the wheel. Alright. Oh, I have all AoE. And then you just hear from the back, Chaos Bolt. She expends a slot, first level slot, to do Chaos Bolt. She could go higher level, but Chaos Bolt's damage apparently doesn't go up at later levels. So, don't know why, but it doesn't. She barely hits his AC. And she will do 2d8 acid damage. That is 10. So she does 10 acid damage as she kind of like lightly manages to strike in between the cracks of his helm, melting into probably the skin of his face, essentially. As she would then just go, alright, cantrips, right, I haven't fought, oh god, how does this work? Oh god, right, no, that wouldn't work, no, that's close comp, chill touch.
boy.
As a skeleton, yep, it's 120 feet for her. So a skeletal hand forms and appears to try and grab the guy's, like, ankle.
Oh my god.
And she misses. As the skeletal hand tries to grab his, like, ankle from behind, and you see him basically swing his foot back, and this bony skeletal hand shatters. As next up is the Navy's turn. So you see the like, you know, the plague doctor, like, she's just gonna try and get out of the restraints. Alright, that is the first fail. So, if I remember correctly, they get to try and get out of it when they first start their turn, right? Without using any action and bonus action, so she's gonna try and use her no use bonus actions. Never mind, I'm stupid. So she's gonna try and get out
they
again.
only get to roll at the end of their turn. That's
Yeah,
normally how
yeah.
saves work.
Normally. She's gonna try and get out of it ahead of time, because she literally can't do anything. Oh.
That's the point.
Yep. So, with her action, she probably will be able to get out. What is the DC again?
18.
Okay, never mind. She misses it by 1. So she just kind of stands there. Huh?
I want to know why she was staring at Kirla.
Yeah, I'll mention she was staring at you, and then when you moved, and like where like the brute was in the way, you see her just like you see her like she's like trying to look around him, like where'd they go? Where'd they? Dude, even at the end of her turn, she does not get out of those restraints.
So, I might throw another one onto her, so she just has to fight there too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, like, Loki's like, oh, you can't get out of that.
Oh man. I think the only
I'll keep
person
restraining you, and we'll deal with that later.
I'll allow this. Loki, you can roll me a perception check. You'd be the only one close enough to actually hear something that they might try and say. It's just very muffled due to the mask.
Okay. Cool. So, let me roll, let me look. Alright. Alrighty. Didn't roll great, but I have a plus 11, luckily.
Okay.
So I get a fucking math.
Do math. You got this.
Majority 21.
Okay, you barely miss the DC. You hear her murmur something. The only words you hear is her go, "Where's she?" Those are the words you hear. You don't hear the rest of it. Besides that, and then it reaches the Vice Admiral's turn.
Hi, bitch.
As, I'll be honest, buddy, do you see Usagi?
What?
Right! No, of course you do. Of course you see him. Because you feel Usagi as if there's almost a smile on him.
Oh, Christ.
And you hear him go, "You know, I made a lot of deals to find you. I had the Navy track you pretending to be strippers and gal. And then you died. And then I made some deals. These eyes let me see it all, Usagi. I see you plain as
Fucking
day."
with the devil.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sweet God, he has true sight.
Yep. As,
Oh, no!
as
I'm
he
kidding,
looks...
him looking at me.
as
Also,
he-
what the fuck do you mean tracking them strippers?
Remember when you got that Nat 1 with the strippers in Gal?
Oh, you
my
son of a
God.
bitch!
It was him.
I thought I had an
getting them-
STD!
No, he used them to track you. He actually
Oh,
would have
fuck
found y'all
up.
faster, and it would have been a worse scenario if you hadn't died.
Oh my God!
But you gotta remember, you had a body that you left behind when you died, so he had to make a deal with a deity to find you.
What the fuck?
Right, because we cremated the body.
Mm-hmm.
We set it to burn.
Yep.
So he couldn't track it.
Yep. The tracker was gone.
Oh, dear God.
But he got ways around it. As you would see him lift that claymore up, and you
Oh,
see
boy.
this almost thunderous, like lightning
Oh,
begin
boy.
to crackle of blue around the claymore. And you hear him go, "Pray to your god, because you're gonna need it." And you see him swing on you. And normally this would be a deck save with this big of a guy. But
Can I
one of
have
your
a-
nat ones are now coming into play.
Oh, son of a bitch! Can I still use Uncanny Dodge?
Nope. Not with the nat 1.
So the answer is no, you can't intercept this.
Damn it.
No. You will not be able to intercept
This
it.
is-
Fuck!
This is the price you pay with a gambler's dice. You never know when it might come in play.
Oh god damn
As
it!
he casted 4th level Staggering Smite with his bonus action. That's why
Oh,
there is
no.
lightning. As you can...
Oh.
Actually, you wouldn't even get a roll of Wisdom save because of the nat 1.
Oh no.
So, first of all,
You're
you
gonna
would take...
kill me with one shot.
We're about to find out. I am so sorry if this happens, by the way, man. There's a reason why I didn't give him a massive crew, and it's literally just him with this one person. So there's 30 psychic damage you're going to take. I'm going to double this for you. So 30 psychic damage. And because of Staggering Smite, you have disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks. You can't take reactions until your next turn. Until his next turn. So basically, your next turn, no reactions. And you will have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. As you are basically stumbling around. He cracks you, by the way, directly in the chest.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
He's aiming for the bigger balls.
Oh, for Christ's
Which is a
sake.
crazy thing to say.
That
And-
is painful.
So, there's the 30 psychic. What about that sword?
Okay. And then the
painful.
Claymore doing an additional 60 bludgeoning.
Wait, what?
Yeah, how much health do you have?
66?
Okay.
Oh.
So you're immediately knocked down to 6 HP then.
Wait, if it did 60, he only had 36 left.
Oh yeah, no, 60 was doubled. How much did he have? You said you had
I have
66.
6 health total.
You're 6
Like,
health.
his
to-
max HP is 66. He already took 30 damage.
That correct? Yeah, right.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, no, so you just go unconscious.
Yeah,
'Cause-
he's
Oh, great!
30 health.
Yeah. Because that would have been... Okay, yeah, no, so you, Usagi, that is the last thing you see as that Claymore. Y'all see him basically lift it above his head, swing it behind him, and then crack it into your chest.
Did he just kill me?
As-
Again?
Nearly.
Nearly. If he hit you any
Oh.
harder, you did any more damage, you would have gone over the max of what you could have taken, and it would have been an insta-kill.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But you don't. You
Yeah.
go unconscious, so you'll be rolling death saves. As
well,
you
whatever.
slam into the, like, wall beside the staircase. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna roll a strength check for the wall here. Yeah, no, you go barreling through it, crash through a table, into the kitchen, and slam into the kitchen counter.
Oh my god.
And then he looks
God's
to
rain
you,
doesn't do
Loki.
Damage.
God.
Loki, you have a gambler's dice
man.
set.
Uh-huh. I have one,
That nat 1's coming into play.
I'm sure.
As he
Oh, boy.
brings up the Claymore, and he looks to you and goes, "Now to deal with the pest." As he brings it over his head yet again, instead of bringing it directly down like a golf club like he did before, he swings it to the side, horizontally aiming for your head. As you don't have time to react, you try to bring your chains up to try and at least maybe shove it away, and you're just overpowered. As you are knocked, and you are going to take some damage here. As that is going to be, with his smite going on right now, 4d6. You get the same stat effects that Usagi would have had if he was still conscious. That's 24 psychic damage you're going to take. I'm already doubling it for you, so... I know you've resisted some stuff, so things you resisted to, you can just half it, but I'll go ahead and have it doubled for you. And then, you would take an additional 15. Actually, it would have been doubled, so it would have been 30. So 15, when you half it, it'll be 15 for you, but it would have been 30. 30 bludgeoning, aka 15 bludgeoning. You get the idea. I don't think I have to keep repeating that.
Yeah.
Damage from it, as you would be basically sent into the wall. It's not going to crack, though, because you had some distance at least to be able to take, unlike Usagi, who was a little bit closer to the wall. But you'd slam into the wall, basically causing you to become staggered. As he inches forward. And that is where his turn ends. It is now your guys' turn.
I only took 39 damage.
Mm-hmm.
He made a bet with the gambler, didn't he?
Who knows?
That's what I'm guessing. Is it? Motherfucker. Alright. Alright. Hi, bitch. Fucking a mirror. I have disadvantage on everything, but that doesn't mean you don't. Bitch. I have an idea. I have a funny.
Oh?
Kayla is concerned by how close he is.
Alright.
Yeah, he's closed up right on Kirla.
So. Okay.
Oh, Usagi, roll me a death save, but don't say it out loud. DM me what your answer is to it in DMs. Because players would not be able to see you, so they wouldn't know if you're doing okay or not.
Where am I supposed to roll it then?
You can roll it on either. Hold on, let me show you. So if you go on D&D Beyond, or you can use Google Dice Roller if you want, or Physical Dice if you want. Just send me a picture. Okay. Yeah, because you can roll privately on D&D Beyond too if you like right click and yeah. But yeah.
I'll just give me some.
Yep, and just make sure you DM it. That's what was supposed to be done last time. Somebody went down and then they just didn't listen and did it anyways. So, but I prefer for y'all to actually keep it secret because you wouldn't actually know unless you're checking on the person. So, but yeah.
All right,
Can I just mention
Mhm.
the description of Usagi getting hit by that claymore physically fucking hurt me.
Oh yeah, no, I mean
I
you
can
should.
imagine.
That is horrible. That's worse than getting hit in the balls as a guy. I'll be straight up. That is honestly worse. There are so many more nerve problems. I've been hit in the balls. It doesn't
Oh,
hurt.
Not to mention the sheer fact that the balls are much lower on the body.
Yeah.
The boobs are over the lungs, the
Mhm.
heart, the rib cage, the
Okay.
esophagus, the stomach.
Alright, Usagi is learning what female pain is like.
Yeah, it's not fun.
You know, I just
It hurts.
okay. I just had a horrid thought that I don't think anyone's considered yet, but I'll think about that later.
I mean, if you want, you can DM it to me with your death save. I can just read it. You know. Might as well. But yeah, what are you doing, Loki?
Okay, I just did.
Also, for those who don't know, Loki forgot to mention his damage to me, but he DM'd it like during the middle of that attack. He did 48 slashing. I have marked it down though from those chain attacks. So yeah.
It was kind
Well,
of like
well,
I was
did
about
I
to say,
think of
it got
this?
skipped straight to Usagi.
Sorry, dude. I my brain honestly went, yeah, he told me the damage, and then I kept it going. And I just.
Yeah, no, I hadn't even rolled it yet.
Yeah, no, that was my bad, dude. That was my bad.
So I was like, okay.
I've been all over the place in today's session. I do apologize on that.
How fucking dare you? Okay, fuck it. Why not? We're gonna do this, because I don't know what else to do. Loki's going to drink his Tensai Lock Brew.
Okay, you can do that. Go drink your Tensai Lock Brew to give you that nat 20. That guaranteed nat 20.
Yeah, as it's then going to be the most immediate as a sort of get the fuck away from Kirla.
Valid.
As Loki's going to jump over him, essentially it's almost like he's staggering. It's almost like fucking the alcohol. Ooh, I can see clearly for a second. Mary.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be real, dude. You like stumble when you like walk around this guy to like try and get away from Kira, that type of thing. Because again, there's that staggering smite.
Yeah, so what Loki's doing is with the Tensai Lock, he's using it to essentially use athletics to fling this fucker backwards.
Okay.
So essentially I'm going over him and trying to take him with me.
So
I want him away from the sorceress.
So you're trying to pull him away.
Yeah, I'm trying to essentially chuck him backwards.
Okay.
With
Okay.
athletics.
So remember, you do have the disadvantage. You can try this. 100%. Always down for it.
I'm using the Tensai Lock.
Okay, gotcha. I see what you're saying. I'm serious. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Oh yeah, so
I'm
you can get the
cheating.
nat 20.
I'm skipping his disadvantage.
Okay, gotcha. And you said, Juster, if I remember correctly, Dude, I'm so sorry. My brain's really all over the place tonight. So how is he doing this grapple? So I can tell you exactly what he can do with his nat 20. Because nat 20s, they aren't guarantees, but they do always guarantee you at least the best thing that you can do with it. So I need to know how you're lifting him. Because this is an obscenely heavy person. It's not only is he 10 foot, you know, muscle weighs more than fat, and there's mainly muscle on this person. That's heavy armor.
Yeah, I'm using that against him if possible. I want to use the weight of his own arm, like the weight of his own body against him to knock him off balance.
Okay, so you're trying to knock him prone.
I don't want him just I want him away from Kirla. That's the objective. I'm
Okay.
trying to go over him and launch him backwards.
Okay, so this was the thing I was trying to ask. It's more of I guess I thought I was trying to be more accurate on this. So let me re-ask the question then a different way. How are you doing this? Are you, because you say you're jumping over him? Are you like jumping over him and grabbing him from behind and trying to like German suplex him type of like grab?
So-
That's what I
so
need to know.
essentially-
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so Loki's going to essentially launch himself up using string, and then
Okay.
essentially turning his arms into string to essentially grab as to much of this guy's body as Loki physically can.
Okay.
Because he's only 4 feet tall right now, so it's the most like, I'm fucking short, but move away.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, that's what I wasn't picking down. I was like, okay, what exactly are you getting at here? I see what you're saying. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you're not really trying to lift him, more just trying to drag him as best you can, from my understanding.
Yeah, I'm essentially trying to pull, yank any sort of movement away from Kirla. Because Loki's mind says if he gets one hit on Kirla, she's fucking dead.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Not wrong.
So you wrap your arms around him with your string, and you like basically just kind of like and cocoon him essentially to the best of your ability, which you can't really fully do because of his size, but you basically get around the majority of like the beginning bits of his shoulders and then down to his torso, like probably down to like his waist, and then it stops like midway on the waist. He's a big guy. And then you just start, like, you basically land behind him and start, like, pulling back. With that nat 20, you could probably pull him, like, 10 feet back. Like, here. Without him being able to do anything about it. That's probably the best you'd be able to get from that.
Yeah.
So you'd have him restrained right now, technically.
That's not gonna last for shit.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, like, you got him restrained or something, so.
Yeah, I'm getting sent to God. I have no faith in that at all. Like,
Yeah.
you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. No, it wouldn't do anything. That wouldn't work. You know what?
Acid
Hold on, okay.
splash.
No, it's not gonna do
Yeah,
anything.
no, I'm joking.
Okay, so Loki actually has a really stupid idea. He's gonna essentially try to jump up onto the guy's shoulders because he's short. So he's like, fuck it. You're like a little jungle gym. Come here.
Yeah.
Little.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not like a building. Like,
Little.
yeah. And I have a really stupid idea. So, I have bottles of alcohol constantly on my person.
Yeah.
Can I just shatter like a bottle of whiskey into his faceplate so like whiskey goes straight into his eyes?
You can try. I can't guarantee anything will come from it, but yeah, you can do that.
I don't know.
Ouch.
I don't think you have a Tavern Brawler feat, so probably the next best thing for this would be an unarmed strike. That would probably make the most sense for this, because it's not a proficient weapon. So it'd probably be an unarmed strike with this bottle, but yeah, you could 100% try and just bash an alcohol into it to try and, like, soak his eyes with alcohol.
Yes, I'm trying to blind him. It's more of just like I'm trying to invoke like a con save or something, which I think he'll auto-succeed, but oh well. I don't know. I don't know what else to do, because, like, I don't have anything else that I think will actually hurt him. Because I burned my action to chuck him.
Yeah.
I know that anything can hurt him in general.
Yeah, you can. He just has like an AC of like something close to 30, or it's 30.
He
Like,
has an AC of fuck you.
yeah. So I'm also saying
Yeah.
like not like there's con's useless, strength is useless. Cool.
Yeah,
My entire kit is useless.
I'll throw you a bone. I'll let it be a con save. I'll throw you a bone with this.
Or I can roll the unarmed hit. I don't think I'll hit because I only have a +9.
Up to you. Do you want the con save or do you want the unarmed to hit? I know the answer if we go con route.
Yeah, no, I'll just go the unarmed to hit.
Okay.
Fuck it. Okay. Nat 1. I'm getting sent to God.
All right. So as you begin to reach up the bottle, like you basically have to jump up because your current height as what you are right now as a kitsune, you have to jump up to try and reach for his head. So you jump up, you swing with the bottle, and doing so, you had to let go of your restraint to swing on him, because you had both your arms transformed into string to hold him at that moment. As you enter the air, you see him immediately, despite his size being weirdly quick, bring that great axe up like an uppercut, doing an upward slash. Oh god, wait, no, that positioning's horrible.
Bye. I'm drowning.
Yeah, no, you're going in the water, dude. There's no nice way for me to be about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, also, I didn't think the string would stay attached to me, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's fair. It's fair. Like, with what you were doing, I was like, he could hold restraint if he wants, but considering he's going for a ball, you probably would have had to drop that.
I wouldn't have wanted to, but I got a nat 1, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So you're gonna take the damage of his, claymore with his smite going on. And since it's a nat 1 again, you don't get to roll the wisdom save for that smite. So that's 26 or 28 bludgeoning. So you can have it. That'll be 14 for you. And then you would take 46 psychic. I'll double it for you. So that's 26 psychic, and you have disadvantage on checks and no reactions, and also disadvantage on attack rolls. And you get sent 5, 10, 15, 20 feet back, which sends you overboard into the water. And with you being a fruit user, you begin to drown. God, this went south quick.
Yep, alright.
Hey!
Damn it, Allie!
Allie, so those who don't know, Allie was like, yeah, so like it's Easter. I jokingly said like, no, don't worry, nobody will die because it's Easter. And then she was like, yes, so like nobody will die, right? It just means that like somebody dies, they'll get resurrected, so they technically don't die because it's Easter. Get it?
Nothing can go
Allie.
wrong!
I'm gonna die.
Ellie, okay, right.
Yeah, we're all gonna die, because this fucker can't get hurt.
Okay.
Specifically, Allie stated, hopefully nothing bad happens in session.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
no, yeah, no. If he's anything like anything we've been fighting, I didn't tickle him, and I could barely hit him. And now I'm drowning. Oh god.
This is
anybody help
endgame
with
stuff,
that?
by the way. You're unconscious.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, you said.
Mike can help with that.
Well, sadly, right now everybody else is on the other boats.
Great.
So Glacia can try. She's got to let go of the steering wheel, though, which she's probably gonna have to. So
Dex save giant paladin cleric motherfucker.
dex save. Okay.
Dex save.
Okay. Right. He will roll a
I'm
dex
gonna
save.
try.
That actually, wait. What's the DC? He got a 16.
DC 18.
Okay. Yeah. No, he fails. What do you do?
Here, look.
Lightning bolt.
Please
Yeah.
run away from him. Please run away.
46 damage.
46?
And, oh, by the way, yeet. She's running up the stairs over here.
Okay.
It might,
And then across.
All
Almost
right.
25 feet of her movement.
it might be better to
Okay.
get further away.
Cool. So he takes that damage. You launch this little lightning bolt, and you see it surge up his armor. And you see him slowly twitch his neck. and then turn to you. Glacia, who's been at the wheel, would look to you, Kirla, as she sees you running up there. She just goes, Kirla, do you know how to swim?
Yeah.
Okay, right, sorry. And she she runs up to you and just goes, you can save him, and she drop kicks you. You won't take any unarmed damage, but she basically scrunches up her body like a spring and sends you into the water after Loki.
Oh dear.
And then she gets up off her back and goes, right, I just gotta buy some time. Yeah, just buy time. Okay, right. Hey, guy, are you a guy? Armor thing. Huzzah!
Just move away from him.
No,
You're too
please.
close right now.
Yeah, she'll cast a spell on him. She'll try and move away, and then she casts a spell. She casts whole person.
Let me see what everything.
Okay.
Or what all happens with lightning bolt.
Yeah.
It just does damage.
Whole person.
It just does damage,
Whole
okay.
person. I know she has whole person. Where'd it go? I literally was just looking at it. Brother.
Love it.
Alright. Right, okay, so it's whole person, that's the DC, that's the save type. Wait, does he beat it? God damn it, he does. I was really excited, because he rolled low. But he has proficiency with wisdom saves, because he's a paladin. Dang it, So you see him, again, well, see, nobody's really here to see it, but his body would basically freeze up a bit. And that's it. As it would enter his turn.
Oh Christ.
He has two options. Deal with the nuisance or deal with the one that he came here to kill. He starts making his way up the stairs.
Oh, cool. Great.
As he starts heading towards Glacia, closing the
Oh, boy.
distance. And you can hear Usagi, because you're kind of like, you're in like a daze. You're unconscious, technically. You can't do anything, but you're in like a daze, essentially. You can just hear a very muffled, oh fuck. That's all the information I will be giving you guys until someone either gets up or is on the boat.
Oh no.
Yeah, she's a sorceress. She's probably getting one tapped.
Yeah. As for the lady, her restraints would be gone because the fruit power would have gone away. She looks around finally, sees Lindry get kicked off. And you see as she tears off the plague mask and jumps into the water.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
As she starts diving towards Loki.
Why are you doing helping?
What the
Who are
piss?
you?
I will let you know this, Lindry, or Kerala. When she passes by you, you know how she has that, cloak? She would grab the edge of her cloak and flash it for a quick second as you would see the Revolutionary Army's emblem. As she continues diving
Clutch,
down.
motherfucker!
Yep. As I'm going to roll and see how both of your crew on both ships are doing. That is Shin's side. Shin took the right side. Okay. And what about Gildard's side? Okay. Right. You can see... Actually, I can't really tell you guys anything. I hate that I can't tell you anything, but I can't.
Because 2 players are unconscious and 1's in the water.
Yep.
Trying her damnedest.
She's trying her damnedest. That will end their turn. It is now your turn.
Kirla is going to grab Loki and try to haul him to the boat and keep his head above water.
You can roll the athletics with advantage, as you do have a second person helping you. Now, I need to ask this. Loki, how much do you weigh? That sets my
Loki's
DC.
Heavy. Loki's a heavy bastard, because his... Also, since he's incapacitated, I'm assuming is he just paralyzed, or what is he?
He's
What
technically
conditions does he have?
paralyzed. So he wouldn't be unconscious, but it does mean that, like, right now he's basically having to hold on and roll. He'd have to roll a con save if he doesn't manage to get pulled out of the water this first round, because he's basically having to try and hold his breath. He just can't move his body. Essentially, he's lost any ability to cast any magic. He's lost any ability to basically move his body or control his body. All he can do is just hold his breath for dear life. That is the best he can do right now. So he's technically paralyzed.
His primary concern right now is going to be making sure his face is not in the water so that he can breathe.
Yeah.
No, so here's the other bigger issue.
Mm-hmm.
Loki weighs nearly 700 pounds
Ooh, God.
because
Okay.
of him being a demigorgon. Also, his concentration would have been broken because he's incapacitated by being paralyzed.
Yep.
Meaning his transformation drops, meaning there is a, like, nearly 10-foot tall, or there is a near 15-foot long demigorgon just floating in the water. Just slowly sinking. Because he weighs nearly 700 pounds.
Yep.
So-
That DC to get him up above the water so he can breathe is gonna be heavy. Because that is a lot of weight.
It might be better if you just go and get someone else. Like, or I'm honestly, Loki might be better off just drowning and having to use his resurrection. Because he can't exactly, like, I don't think anyone who's here can get him out. No one here is strong enough.
Ooh.
Without, like, a nat 20. If I'm gauging right. That's just me thinking.
Let's see what Gerla gets. She has advantage.
A dirty 21, but I have something better.
Okay.
Water breathing.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Okay. So is it the water breathing ring? Is that what it is?
It's a spell.
Oh, okay, sick. So you don't manage to get him up, but you do manage to cast it so he can breathe. Now, it doesn't mean that he can move his body. He's still very much paralyzed. But,
No, but he can breathe.
yeah. So at the very least, he won't drown. He's just
yay.
sinking. He's still very much sinking, and y'all are sinking with him now.
Fuck.
Usagi, roll me that death save, by the way.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Can I, with the water elemental,
Mm-hmm.
try to get him out?
Yes,
You-
I have a quick question. Actually, wait, I need to...
Yeah. So you could crush the gem, and in the next turn, it could try to help you lift him out. Since it's a massive body of water like the ocean, it wouldn't just be able to control the water and pull him out, like basically taking over the mass of water like its own body. It wouldn't be able to do that because the mass is too big. But it could, at the very least, it would definitely give you a pretty good bonus to getting him out of this mess.
Okay, that's what I'm
Water
gonna do then.
elementals are mostly strength-based, weirdly enough.
The water elemental specifically actually has a pretty... The water elemental can freeze things.
This is true. It can freeze things.
So, I'm gonna crush the gem to summon...
That second water elemental, that one gem you've already used.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright, their turn.
That's all I can do.
Okay.
My con save.
So
Actually, I
you-
don't need to. I can breathe. Yeah.
All right, so you guys continue to try and get him up. That is the best you can do for now. As the next turn would start coming into play. Oh wait, you know what else is still on the ship? Oh fuck. Where's Miko at?
Oh shit, Miko's on the ship.
Because Miko wouldn't have left onto another ship without Kirla.
Maybe.
Oh, there might be a very pissed off dog either in the water or barking furiously.
Miko, what are you doing?
Roll and
Are-
let me
are
know.
Are you trying to find...
Because that dog gets in the way.
Miko
Oh.
would have seen her go overboard.
Miko would have been sleeping in her bed before the ram, so I don't know where Miko's been the entire time. Because they haven't been in combat so far. So they've probably been in lower deck. Question is, are they coming up?
Miko's gonna be looking for her. The first place she went was Asta's room.
So right now, so each turn, what's going to happen is that Miko's going to slowly be making their way up, if that's the case. So they're going to check this room. This turn, they'll be checking Asta's room. Next turn, they would be checking the kitchen, because that would have been the next place Kirla would have been, because they would have had to pass through to get up. Okay. Okay.
Oh my god, the whole crew's about to get fucking wiped by a dude who just is pissed.
Ooh. Okay. Right. All right. Cool. Cool. How's that? How's your crew doing on both ships right now? Okay. I need to roll something. What the fuck? All right. All right. I know the answer to that. Usagi. While you're in this dazed state, you can hear thumping.
Uh-huh.
And then you can lightly see from these, like, dazed vision you have, bordering unconsciousness, bordering death. You see the ceiling of the kitchen cave in as the paladin comes through it.
Well, it was too heavy?
Nah, he chose to break it open.
Why?
It's faster than going down the stairs.
Fucking asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As he
I'm
will
not
then...
moving.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, you can't. Buddy, you are a paladin.
Immobilized. You couldn't do anything if you wanted to.
Yeah, good point.
This is a roll for his morals. Because he's a paladin of vengeance. He took an oath for a reason. Right. Okay.
Okay, does vengeance count? Listen, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Does vengeance count? Like, he fucking brutalized me already. Isn't that enough?
So, his specific oath was to crush your balls.
I don't have them! I don't have them on me right now!
Yeah. Meaning he has to go for the next best option.
What?
Dude, you're about to get bisected.
I-
Like,
Dude, I'm so sorry because this is the second time this is gonna happen.
What do you mean the second time?
He lifts up his claymore in the kitchen. Oh god.
Is he gonna kill me?
And
probably.
you see Cinder Dash
Wait, what?
come flying in front of you
What?
in an attempt to try and pull you away with its beak, like trying to pull you. This
Oh, Cinder
small
Dash.
bird.
Oh no.
As he swats it. And all you hear is just a pain.
Oh, you piece of
As you
shit.
see the bird in your dazed vision hit the counter and then fall onto the floor, its wings twisted and snapped, and its beak pushed into its skull.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, it's dead as hell.
As blood begins to puddle.
No. Was that another nat 1?
No, he can just hit you, and it chose to take the hit for you.
Oh.
Problem is, this thing has 2 attacks.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I don't want to tell you. So he's going to hit you while you're down, which will bring you to 1 more failed death save. With your current amount, and I've been keeping this secret, but I'm going to be honest, at this point, it might as well very well mention it, because if you fail the next one, they won't be able to help you anyways. If
Wait,
you
what?
fail your next death save, because you just failed 3, you failed 1, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So if you fail your next death save roll, you will die, as he makes you fail
lucky.
1.
I have lucky.
When you get hit when you're down, you auto fail. You just auto
Right.
fail a death save. That's what happens when you get hit when you're down. DMs don't
I really-
do that enough, but that
I
is
really
true.
don't think I'm never getting in an up close fight ever again.
That's fair. That's fair.
Every time I do it, it just doesn't turn out well.
I mean, normally it does. It's just that the ones you've gone
No,
against,
it really doesn't.
there
Yeah, it
is
really
recordings where it has gone well. It's just that the ones where it hasn't gone well has felt a lot more, what's the word, over the top. Because the ones where you've chosen to get up close and personal are the ones that have actually had the ability to see you. Which is
know that.
kind of
But-
more just unfortunate, because the ones that you actually went for were people that had tremor sense or true sight to be able to see through cloak.
Right.
That is just the sad truth of kind of figuring out what weaknesses they know that they can like get past, and it's just been unlucky with the roll. So you would fail that one. That is all he can do on this turn. Honestly, he
Great.
won't do the final strike. But he will start probably, with the last little bit of his movement, start making his way to the stairs.
Oh, so he's not going to kill me. Okay.
Well, I mean, if you get back up, he has more to play with.
Fuck's
He's here for
sake.
vengeance.
Play
Yeah.
dead. Play dead.
I was planning on it.
Yep. As for
Might not be
the
playing.
as for the plague doctor, you'd see as she will take her turn to try, and with advantage because she's helping Lindry and vice versa. She will try using her athletics to see if she can try and pull Loki up. I'm gonna be honest, she needs a nat 20 because she has a +0. And she will be expending her lucky. Okay, another lucky point. She has 1 less lucky point. God damn, can you roll above a 10? Why? Okay, yeah, no, she just fails. That is her turn. And she tries to pull you up. And she just can't seem to. But, actually, you know what? She still has her action, because that was a bonus action, technically speaking, because doing an athletics check would be a bonus action. So her action, what she will do is she will cast Haste on Delindry. And that will be the end of her turn. It is now y'all's turn. Before y'all do the rest, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. Let's make that public final save. You've had 2 saves and 2 fails. Let's see what you get. You can roll this one publicly. Usagi.
Oh, fuck me. Alright, well, I have 2 shots of lucky left, by the way, so...
You do have that.
Best
That's
you
2.
use it.
Okay, you have that lucky. You have that lucky, man. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
13.
Yeah, you just have to get above the 10. That's how it works. 1 to 10 is death. 11 and above is success if I remember correctly, right?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So you save. So you would get 1 HP back. But you, if I remember...
Play dead.
Yeah, yeah.
I was planning on it.
Yep.
But that means
You could move if you wanted, but it's better that you play
Not-
that.
I'm
Recommendation.
not gonna do that.
all
Valid.
my tats are about to fucking die.
Okay. So, what's y'all's plan? Lindry.
Have a fucking
I don't-
Kirla. With the help of the fucking elemental, she's gonna try.
Okay. Okay. So
I
the
don't know
elemental's
what
gonna...
else she can.
The elemental will give you a +6. So you have advantage and a +6 onto your original athletics modifier.
Okay.
As it's just gonna basically get underneath Loki and essentially try to propel itself like a helicopter.
Nat 20.
Oh, nice! So with the help of this this elemental, you feel as it begins like spinning its legs like at an insane pace, and then you all just begin slowly. Like, it starts off slow, like all right, we're getting a little bit of progress. We've stopped the sinking. We've got to a neutral ground, starting to lift up a little bit. All right. Oh, we're kind of picking up some speed. Oh god, we're moving fast. Oh god. As the water elemental doesn't just, get you guys slightly out of the water, it launches you back onto the boat, all three of you, as you guys go tumbling onto the floor of the boat.
Do I get a turn?
You do! You're no longer paralyzed because you're not in water!
Alright, so there's a giant demigorgon on the fucking boat.
Uh-huh. Oh god,
Yeah,
let me
Loki's not bothering with that transformation. Fucking mirror, bitch.
okay, hold on, let me move this. So right now, just so you understand this icon situation, right? You wouldn't get directly into it.
Yeah.
He's on the staircase area. So technically, you have the doorway right here, right? You go further back, there this is where the staircase would be. He's gone down that a bit, so at this point he's in this area of under, if that makes sense. So he's already in the next floor.
Okay. I move at 35 feet per turn.
You could bonus action dash. That would be a reckless dash.
I'm just going to dash
Okay.
to get to him.
Okay, so that would be an action then.
Yeah, no, I have an action surge, so
Okay.
it's fine.
Cool.
So I don't know where I would be, but fucking.
Let me see. How much? So you got 35, right? Where are you? Right there.
70.
So let me see.
I went from here.
20. Yeah. No, you can round it to him. So you can just put the little castle icon up on you, so we know that you're within the floor. I'm trying to add it to you, which boy. So yeah, you'd technically be like right there, like in the staircase. Yeah.
Cool.
So he's just
Nice.
reached the end of the staircase, and you're like halfway, like in the middle area. You're not on the top, you're like in the middle of the staircase, halfway down.
Cool. This Loki is going to be very careful with his vision, but he's not covering his eyes this time.
Okay.
As he will be if he petrifies this fucker, that's... Nah. He doesn't really care right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of the fucking, you destroyed my ship and you fucked up my crew. As Loki is going to fucking run up behind him. Slither up behind him, honestly. Yeah, so he can hear Loki coming.
Yeah.
As Loki is going to... He's actually now the same size as the guy, actually.
That is true. That is true.
So yeah, oh yay.
Yeah.
Woo. As
Mhm.
Loki is essentially going to attempt to string off with his bonus action, string off the stairwell down as much as he can. So one, Miko and others can't get up
Okay.
and run into this fucker, but also it forces him to turn the fuck around.
That's fair. That's fair.
As Loki is going to then essentially just start lashing at his back with his chains.
Go
with
for
an
it, dude.
action surge. That's a 25. That is a 30.
Okay.
That is a 28.
Okay.
And that is a 31.
3 of the 4 will hit.
Okay, so the 28 hits, I'm assuming.
Yes.
25 misses. Jesus Christ.
By the way, again,
Oh, dude,
all the AC comes from his, like, race. I kid you not. So, what's the damage?
The damage is... I'm doing it quickly. Cool. That is a whopping, menacing some number. 72.
72. Alright. Yeah, you do 72 like damage as you start striking against his back aggressively, just just basically dragging these chains down his back, kind of getting around the little cracks in between this like plate armor that he's wearing. As you drag it down, and you guys finally bloody him.
Checks.
Is that the end of your turn?
Unfortunately.
Kieran, did you have anything else you could do?
Let's start causing problems for him. She's going to use a couple of sorcery points
Okay.
and summon the imps.
Okay.
So she summons in 5 imps
Heck yeah. We'll
to start causing problems for this motherfucker.
all right. So
Just
we're
picturing them like running on the roofs, like crawling on the roofs and just slashing at him.
We're
Like,
gonna-
they might not hurt him, but they're definitely annoying.
we're just gonna like actually we don't need proper tokens for them because you can just how far can you conjure them? Is it mentioned? Did we mention that?
Not particularly, no.
Demonic summoning. Nope, it doesn't mention.
All right, we'll just assume that you can conjure it underfloor. Sure, why not? Whatever. So you you just conjure them into the kitchen. They'll go down the stairs to help out Loki. If they go the other way, then they can't get to him because of the string barricade. So they'll basically go they basically start flying, crawling onto the walls, on the ceiling, trying to slash at him from different angles to try and get around Loki in the process. Yeah, 100%, they can do that.
Tiny nuisance!
Yeah! Do they roll attack rolls, or is it a save for him?
They actually have attacks that they roll.
Heck yeah! Yeah, because you use imp stat blocks when you use that mechanic, correct?
Correct.
Heck yeah! Alright, let's go for it.
Oh yeah, they can also just go completely invisible if they wanted to, or shapeshift. But, they each have a +5 to hit.
Alright.
So
I think that adds your proficiency.
I'm gonna
I
roll
I don't know.
5d20
That's Beast Companions.
Okay.
and add the 5 each one. Okay, one of them fails miserably.
Okay.
One of them swings for 22, and that's the highest they get.
Oh, they don't hit. I'm sorry. They you see the imps, you can hear the tanking Loki as the imps are swinging at him, but they just can't seem to get through that armor.
Honestly, it just adds more shit for him to hit. That's honestly what they're good for here.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, one of them rolled a nat
objects in
1,
the
right?
way.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one that rolls a nat 1, what happens is that it's the one on the ceiling, so it tries to take a swing, it loses its footing, it falls directly in front of him, and it ends up accidentally getting in the way of Loki's attack, so it'll also take the chain damage. What was the last bit of damage Loki did? It'll take whatever that damage is.
Oh, that's unfortunate, because that rolled the highest.
Oh, damn
Oh
it!
boy.
Of course it did. Of course that's the one he gets hit by. That's 25, not including rage, which would make it 27.
Okay.
Right, so that one's dead.
So that one, like, you, Loki, you see that you're, like, doing this, like, barricade of, like, just various slashes with your chains. You see an imp fall in front of you, and before you can even do anything about it, because sadly enough, with it not being a solid weapon, like a mace or something, you can't just stop your arm and it stop moving, because momentum's a thing. You're like, oh god, I can't do anything about it, oh well. And you see, like, this chain still drag across him, but also slash into the imp, and you see the imp get pile-drived into the staircase. As it falls, like, basically, like, motionless. As it tumbles down, like, to the very bottom of the staircase, like, bumping into his, like, calf.
Oh dear.
Rest of you don't swing. That's not my fault.
Yeah.
The highest health any of my imps have is 25.
Gotcha. I mean, it's imps, it makes sense. As for Glacia, now that you're up on the boat, you can see Glacia is, like, actively unconscious, and she does not look good. You can kind of see her up on the top deck area. Her body is solid, quote-unquote. It's getting liquidy.
No.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah. So she's, like, slowly becoming more of a puddle.
I think Kirla has haste, so she has an extra action, I think.
She does have haste, yes.
Ooh, I also still have movement.
Mm-hmm.
Your also movement is doubled because of haste.
Yep.
Get to Glacia.
Oh my god, I can do it!
Hell yeah!
Heck yeah.
Fucking get up, bitch.
So, are you just gonna give her an assist? Okay.
Yes.
So, as you go and start running over, you also see a corner of your eye. You see Asta leap from the ship on the left. As you see her leap, I need to adjust her health real quick. As she leaps, bloody, beaten, and bruised, like, over to the ship. And you can see that moment of, like, she's looking around like, I heard somebody fall in the water. I heard somebody fall in the water. Okay. It's like she can see, like, where people, like, got back onto the ship, like, the, puddles of water from the three of you. And,
Not to mention, Kirla still looks waterlogged.
Yeah, it's literally just her taking a quick moment, like, okay, we're good. And she starts rushing. Because she had been lightly seeing what had been going on in the ship, like, in the middle of everything going on. As she rushes and sees Usagi actively 1 HP, beaten up. Dude, I'm gonna be real, Usagi, you look horrible. Also, you're gonna have a bruise on your chest for weeks. Like, that's not going away anytime soon. But you can see her just look to you, just go,
something didn't rupture.
Yeah. You can see her look to you, just go, oh, fuck. Right? Okay. Oh, damn it. You're alive. Okay, you're alive. Right, you're alive. Okay. And she would, use her bonus action to basically create a astral hand that would basically caress your face. As it will heal you for 2d4 plus 5.
Ta-da.
If you were going to attack, you would get advantage on your next attack, but you gain 13 HP back. Usagi, as she would then rush down the staircase.
How much
She's
HP?
a demi
13.
Okay.
You can see it's that thing like she's taking things in and going, alright, okay, you're injured. Where's the footsteps? Because every single step this man's taken on your boat, there's been a little bit of an imprint. Like wooden planks, like, basically splintering upwards, things like that. Just because of how much heft is coming from this man. And she would arrive right behind you, Loki. And she'd just go, hey, boss? Mind if I do it?
Yeah,
Want a little bit of help?
sure.
Alright, we're gonna get this boat in check. The others are coming. Apologies. It's not probably the way you want to deal with this. As she's gonna cast Banishment. As she's gonna try and banish him, because he would be stuck in the plane for 1 minute, and he would reappear after 1 minute. But it means that once Dale starts sailing, if you get away from this area, he wouldn't appear on the ship.
He would appear in the water.
Uh-huh. So her thought process is, oh, heavy armor, big guy.
Oh, that's brilliant.
sink. Mm-hmm. I want to mention she's been trying to get to y'all to go help you guys for a bit, but she's been getting battered and bruised for a bit now.
Yep.
Okay, Loki, you just gotta hold on for another round. Because he does succeed this first time, but she can cast that a lot of times. So...
I'm gonna be real, he's not getting by Loki.
Yep. Yeah, no, he definitely has to push past... He definitely would have to knock you out before he can get to her.
I'm gonna be honest, Loki would position his tail, so he's basically using his body as a barricade. So
Okay.
it's either you're going through my strings or you're going through my body. I'm not moving. I'm using my 700 pounds.
Alright. As they'll now enter their turn, as the plague doctor will go rushing up. She'll just go, right, okay. Everything's good, right? Sorry, bad, horrible introduction. I would have loved to meet in better conditions. How's your friend doing? You did manage to stabilize her, so she would technically be at 1 HP, Landry. She's still unconscious.
Stable.
Okay, right. Okay, right. Do I have I gotta have something. Surely I have something. Potions. Right, potions. No, potion of poison. No, that's potion of poison. No, god damn it, potion of poison. Right, okay, here. And, she would basically grab a small red vial, shake it, as it, like, fizzes up and bubbles, and just go, give her this.
Kirla follows as instructed.
Alright. As she gains a form of healing word. Because she doesn't have cure wounds, but she doesn't have healing word. She just go, right, yeah, sorry. Horrible introduction. Would have loved to meet you in better conditions. Name, Devlana. Part of the, I think you already know, I showed you the badge. Alright, best of luck. And she starts heading, just basically hops down to try and start heading for the kitchen. As for the gal, Glacia, she will gain 11 HP back, so she's now at 12 HP. She's still unconscious, though. But she does at least gain some health back. I will be honest, if you hadn't assisted her and she failed another save, she would have died. She was rolling horribly for her death save. She rolled a 9 and a 6.
Oh dear.
Oh god.
She was close to dying. You can also hear... There's a lot of stuff going from both ships, by the way, Landry. You hear it the best out of anybody, because you're out in the open. Because you're having that time to really observe what's going on, because you are observant. You have insane passive perception. You can see on Gildart's side, Gildart is almost dead. Like, he and his side is barely alive. They rolled a nat 1 at one point for how they were doing. That's the side that Asta came from.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why she came over here with 3 health. But you can see where, like, Gildart's basically, like, you can see that 2 people have gone unconscious, and Gildart's basically just got his back to the wall, basically fending them off by himself. While some other people are off fighting 4 or 5 people by themselves as well. Because they're outnumbered. It is the problem of these crews are massive. And you can look over to the other side, and you can see that Shin's, like, he's doing okay. Like, he's fine. But you can see some of the people that are with him, like Borf and Olana, who are actively on death's door. Like, they're standing, but barely. So
And
both
with
sides...
his fucking,
Yeah.
with his fucking temp health, cheating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like, that's the reason why he's alive right now. I'll be honest. If this guy even made his way to Ublux's room, he would have teleported on the spot. And that crew would just have to figure out what they're doing.
That's
Without
also
shit.
why Loki's doing this, because he knows he can't let this guy get to below deck.
Yeah. But you can see him begin to turn around and see the string barricades and get struck multiple times. You see him shrug. And then turn around. Weirdly enough, this is in your favor because this is a linear area. And he can't swing that claymore.
He also might... He's technically would be kind of blinding himself because he can't look at Loki, because Loki would be attempting to look him in the eyes.
Oh yeah,
This is
no.
sort of a passive thing.
Yeah, like, as soon as he saw the tail, he immediately, like, from, like, the bottom, he immediately made sure he did not make eye contact. As he looks and goes, right. Well then, let's take this a different way. Let's see, for his options that he has right here. Ooga. Alright, here's what he's gonna do. He's gonna look to you, Loki. And you can roll me a charisma save.
Oh, God. Alright. Oh, yay, nat 19. I hope it's enough.
Okay, it is.
That's a 24. That's
Luckily,
my total.
his weakness when it comes to the stuff he's bad at is his saves. His like actual spellcasting saves aren't that high. So you would see as he begins to reach for your tail as if he's going to try and cast banishment on you.
Oh, you raggedy bitch.
He was gonna make sure you got out of his way. And so, like, you see him beginning to reach for it, and you basically, like, slither your tail, like, out of the way, but still kind of keeping yourself as a barricade, essentially. And you can see, like, that instantaneous magic fade from his hands as he because, you know, it has to be instantaneous. He has to do it as soon as he starts casting it. So he lost that reaction time, meaning that the magic began to fade, meaning he burned a slot. As you see him clutch his hand in that, like, annoyance. And knowing that he can't do much else, with his bonus action, he will do the one thing that he knows he can't do. Transfers the staggering smite onto his fist, and he attempts to bludgeon your tail.
Like, Loki just is like, yeah.
And yeah, you see that blue lightning crackle off go up the handle of his, like, claymore, go onto his right arm. You see him lift it up into the air and basically try to strike downwards with his weight into your tail. Does a 27 hit?
By a lot, yeah.
So you will take 11 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
That might give you an idea of his strength modifier. And you roll me the wisdom save.
Yay! I'm gonna probably fail.
Don't fail.
+3.
Don't fail.
Wisdom and Dex. Loki is asset.
See what you get.
Alright, with my fucking 14, I retain my fucking staggered.
You made the DC. Oh my god, that's so good. Okay, so you only...
wait, no, the DC's a 14. I'm sorry, I assumed it was higher.
Yeah, no, the DC, like, that's the thing. Like, his attack rolls, okay, full transparency. Attack rolls, 18 to hit. Insane. However, his save DC, 14.
Okay, sorry. With everything else is going on, I just assumed a 14 was a loss.
No. So you only take half damage, and you do not get staggered. So you would take... It was 12, supposed to be 12 psychic, so you take 6 psychic.
Yay, the one element I don't resist.
Yeah, but you know, it's still half, so it's fine. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
For a tanky guy like you, you should be fine.
Yeah.
That's all he can do.
78 health.
Wait, no, yeah. No, that's it. Yeah, okay, that's all he can do. That's all he can do. That's the end of his turn. As it's now y'all's turn. If you want, Asa can retry once more with the banishment. If you want to wait to see if she can actually succeed.
Yeah, she can do that if she wants to.
Holy
it's
shit.
It's weird, like, if we can't leave him.
You see Asta look, like, basically tap you on the shoulder, Loki, and just go, "Hey, boss, gonna need to get to him. Just scoot on over. Excuse me. She kind of just, like, basically just try and press her body to the best of her ability across this very narrow staircase. Brush it past you. Duck under the, like, under, like, like, the current, like, insanity that is the imps on the wall, but climbing over your tail. Like, she's kind of, it's like a weird, like, vaulting situation. As she throws herself onto him.
What?
Arms outstretched, and she grabs on to like his knee as you see the magic begin to cast, and she falls onto the floor as he disappears. She was just like, it's easier to banish people when you can actually touch them. Okay, we need to get going. He's gone for 1 minute. We need to go.
Oh dear fucking god! All right, Loki's heading upstairs.
Yeah. So essentially, the rest of this combat will be less of you guys fighting people, and more of you would see both crews as soon as Asta shows up above the stairs, you see the plague doctor person look over, notice her, give the head nod, look to both crews and just go, "We're leaving!" She would just call out for you guys, as both of your crews would start beginning to make their way off the enemy ships. As they begin boarding back onto the ship. Some people are unconscious. And they are being carried off the boat. But they are brought off the boat. As your crew would begin to pack it up. Luckily, I already rolled for how this would go for them trying to leave the enemy ship like this, and they're still conscious enemies. They do manage to. Without anybody getting killed. Like from a backstab or anything like that.
Wow, I didn't know Asuka could do that.
Yeah. She actually just got it from the level up.
Oh, wow.
That came weirdly clutch.
Convenient.
As your crew begins to board and people basically stumble onto the ship, and you can see Gildart, like, basically in the most drunken, stumbling manner, jump onto the ship, drop 2 people onto the floor, onto the deck, and begin to stumble his way up onto the boat. As he would take hold of the helm and immediately get this thing out. As this is just going to be survival checks for him to try and get the boat out of this mess. While you guys can kind of just, if you want, you can put out with suppressing fire. I'll be honest, it's more just how long does this go? Does the ship take any more damage? Never mind, that is an insanely good roll from Gildart. Yeah, heck yeah. You can do any type of help you want, straight up. So like, the people who are still
trying to help Gildart.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely can. You can essentially just like, do you have like any wind magic? You have wind magic, right? Because of your background?
I believe so.
I think you have gust. I know you had that at least.
Yeah. So and even gets just.
Lost it.
Do you still have
No,
gust?
I think I got rid of it at some point.
Dang it.
Okay.
Alright. Unless you can come up with a way to like tell me on how you would help him. I know for a lot of the magic aspects that are still intact, like your slime druid's still intact. Leo is barely intact, but he's still intact. Lavana's somewhat intact.
What do you mean somewhat?
Somewhat. Like she's looked better. She's not full health for once, but she's not completely beaten and bruised to the point of 2 HP in a dream like Leo. But they would just begin casting any wind-based spells, like Gust or anything of that sort. Basically just trying to push the sails to give it momentum.
Shape water to try to get some of the water out of the way, but that's about it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, no, you can definitely do that. You just kind of help it cut through the water a bit more. And with the natural 18 from Gildart, y'all will manage to clear out of that mess pretty quick. And then a minute later, you would see as the captain would reappear in the air and then splash into the water as he begins to sink rapidly. You can see like the crew who is like, you see like they didn't give pursuit or chase that much because they were trying to figure out where their captain went. And they're also trying to figure out where his right hand went because the right hand stayed on your ship. As you see a few of them try and dive into the water like, oh, we gotta get him out. Best
She
of
would have
luck.
told the water elemental to don't let them to the captain.
Alright. Yeah, I'll see how that goes. Water elemental versus the grunts. You get the feeling that, like, that water elemental takes out probably a good 10 grunts before it's eventually killed. But I'm gonna be real, that's like a good 5 turns of it just fighting these grunts underwater, where it had the advantage.
Wow.
I would like to also say I would like to add fruit to the fire.
Mhm.
I would like to chuck dynamite.
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
definitely.
fling dynamite onto their ships. It's like, no, deal with this, bitches. Fuck you. Fuck all of you.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like straight up, some
I'll throw
of
two onto each.
you and actually no, you can do more than that. You know why? Tito opens her pockets instead of taking her outlook area and hands you literal bags of dynamite.
Oh,
With a match in hand, goes, toss them.
Alright,
Oh.
I just chuck a bag onto their ship, like, fuck you.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a fucking, like, attached string around, just yeet.
Yeah, so these explosions are going off as y'all are beginning to sail away from this thing. You can see the boats catching fire. People are diving into the water either to get away because they don't think they can put out the fire. Some are trying to put out the fire. Others are running around. Some are, like, stumbling around, like probably just woke up from being knocked out by a fist. That sort of stuff. Some of them are diving in to try and get the captain. There is, like, a whole thing. But the ones that dive in, you never see them come back up. But you are starting to see a lot of blood in the water.
oh
Because
dear.
even without
And now
the water elemental, you can see some fins starting to show up in the water.
Oh, he's
Oh, hi,
dead.
sharks.
Oh,
Not just sharks.
Oh, that
You
guy
see-
is so dead.
Out of the corner of your eye while you're watching back, 6 eyes gleaming
What?
from the water
What the fuck?
as they pull a grunt down.
What?
Wait a minute.
What the piss?
What?
Mhm.
Those
I
might
don't-
be Griegers.
Uh-huh.
Griegers have a lot of eyes.
Remember
They don't have
Mollis?
bulbs.
Oh, motherfucker.
One of Mollis's wish list things from early in the campaign is finally coming true.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I didn't forget about the wish list, bud.
Kirla does also have 2 more completely unused gems.
There's so many gems from that island.
So many,
So
yeah.
she's just gonna go ahead, and I rolled to see if she would, and she got a nat 19. She's just gonna completely use up another one of the gems to send 2 more water elementals, just to make sure
Heck yeah.
this fucker does not get back up.
Oh man. Heck yeah, yeah, no,
So
you
she can
made
still summon 3 different water elementals, for the record.
Oh yeah. You get the telepathic connection from them, I'm pretty sure. If it doesn't say that, I'm gonna say you get them. You get like the telepathic message from one of them going, we'll make sure they never surface. As you get the feeling that even after he dies, these water elementals will make sure that they guard his bones. So if someone ever finds his corpse, they could loot him. They could get a artifact claymore and his artifact gear that he had. But they gotta get through probably what would eventually become legendary encounters. Like, I'm gonna be real, you give a water elemental enough time to level up over years and years of guarding something, and if they survive, those things become as much of a threat as a fucking dragon. If you give any monster the time, they will. And they don't have an age limit. They don't die of age.
They're in their
So,
element.
And
they
I've
have
just
the
assigned
advantage.
2 of them to protect this fucker.
Yep. So they will make sure nobody gets that.
Yay.
Oh, that's a horrifying thought, and I
Mhm.
love it.
So, you want to know the fun thing. He went from being inhuman. He made several deals with different eldritch deities, cosmic horrors, and devils to find Usagi and to get to the strength to become an admiral so he could get a fleet to attempt this raid. He did so much. That's why he was able to go from grunt to vice admiral in only slightly more than a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yet now he's dead.
Now he's dead. He almost had y'all, though. He had you guys on the ropes.
Loser!
Hey, don't listen. Remnants are a thing. Don't tempt fate. Don't.
Okay.
But
I'll be back.
Nah. He probably
Now,
won't.
the
I
most
probably won't give
important,
it
the
to
most
you.
If
important
you were
thing
to
I'm going
try
to
to
do
turn
upon
into a revenant, the water elementals would be sitting there going, "Oh hell no!
Yeah.
the most
Get your
important,
ass back down."
the most important thing that I would be
Strong
doing
enough
upon
yet.
waking up is go to Asta, fucking plant the biggest smooch possible
Oh yeah.
for that. Like, Jesus Christ, that was close.
Oh yeah. No, she definitely reciprocates that. She definitely kisses you back and pushes you into a hug.
Understandable.
'Cause-
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
thanks for that. That's
Of course. That.
I need to learn. I need to. Lesson learned. Don't, 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 don't kick people in the balls. Apparently, they take it really, really personally.
Most people don't, but humans are spiteful creatures.
Yeah.
Also, I grasp my chest in pain. I think I may understand a little.
Oh.
Ouch!
Oh, you thought that. Oh, that's why he hit you. I didn't realize you were in that form when he. Okay. I'll
I
get
thought-
Pike to look
I
at you.
I thought I thought if I take off the ring he won't have any balls to hit.
Yeah. Usagi, I hate to tell you this. It's worse.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's rough. Okay. Right. I'd love to check that. For many reasons. However, Pike will be better for getting you checked because he actually
Okay.
knows the internal stuff. I'm an external healer, so I can do that. That's
Understandable.
gonna be internal.
Yes, I can
I
imagine.
might be on the side that way checks you out, for reasons. But yeah, okay.
Okay.
I need to
For
go deal with
reasons.
the rest of the crew. Yeah, for reasons.
Oh, good.
So, actually pulling into this, just so you guys can understand just how bad everybody is. The only people that are around half health on your entire crew right now, the Jester was in Ublex's room the entire time, by the way. It was pacing. If he got to the room, he would have had to deal with the bloodied Shindeo and the full health Jester-like.
Just like those, I know I'm supposed to not be a boss monster anymore. I'm also starting to not give a fuck.
Uh-huh.
The sad thing is that he would have had, if he used any radiant magic on it, it would have been vulnerable, which is the only danger thing about about him attacking a Jester-like. But the only people that were of half health during that entire fight when they got back was Tito, because she managed to keep her range throughout the fight despite being in an insanely cluttered area. When anybody got close, she just shot or shoved a dynamite down their throat. And the one other person was Kasheshe. Not because he was, insanely strong, but because he kept using the spell Grease and just making people slip and fall off the boat. So you can...
Kirilla shockingly came out of that unharmed.
Yeah. It almost was very different. Almost.
I'm gonna be honest, it was either unharmed or dead. Those were the two ways you were coming out of
Yeah,
that.
I know. Believe me, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I said shockingly.
Yeah, lucky for you, Glacier was there to save you. If we're being real here. Because you were next in line. As for everyone else is insanely crippled. Pike is crippled. Shindeo's crippled. Varara is, once again, missing both arms this time.
Right.
And it looks like as if, Kasheshi probably grabbed her bow for her. Lavana is barely alive. She's at, not exactly crippled, but nowhere near half either. She's at, that weird middle ground. Which I know is oh, that's not that bad for that magic caster. No, that is bad. That's not good for them. Gildart with his 2 HP in a dream, and Leo with his 2 HP in a dream. Borf actually got knocked out. because
Oh,
she
dear.
was taking on so much, as well as Nathio and Ramiro. And Jelefle did get knocked out, and Sangra Bell is barely alive. So the healers... Oh yeah, Alana is, like, also pretty bloodied. But the healers are going around basically just trying to heal people. Like, doing medicine checks. They're like, alright, any injuries? No. Thank God. What about you? So, they're doing their rounds.
Just have the imps going around picking up pieces and making sure.
Oh yeah.
Being helpful.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Kasheshe, if you allow him, Kasheshe's just demanding them, like, you, go put this over here. We need to get that fixed. That area of the hole is damaged, so we gotta fix that. Okay, now this is a little bit of a hole right here, so go ahead and fix that. There was a cannon that went through this wall, so I want you to start boarding that up. I'll fix up your horrible patchwork later. Kasheshe does not get a moment to rest.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a couple days before he gets to actually like take a nap.
Oh yeah, no, like when y'all get the Crux Dynasty, he'll probably just finish, and he's probably just gonna pass out from exhaustion. Like, he might just end up having fatigue levels when y'all get to Crux.
It's that thing of Kirla over the next couple of days is going to have the Shadow Demon summoned up just to help.
Oh yeah, the Shadow Demon will help. Mu would also kind of like basically for temporary patchings until Kasheshe can get to them. Mu would basically use vines to like patch little damaged areas that it could help with. Mu's trying. The Floxern's even trying. Like, it's just trying to pick up like damaged boards that came off. Like, it doesn't have the arms to do anything, but it's just like bringing the pieces over to like Kasheshe. Like, hey, I found this piece. It was over there, and it kind of like points in general direction with its nose, like a hound dog. But it's that thing of like, it's just a lot of Kasheshe trying to get this place cleaned up. And then everybody else just being on the brink of death. But you survived! Yay! Yay!
Barely.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real. When I started seeing things really go south, I was like, alright, Asta, do you realize? Asta, do you realize? Okay, you realize. Can you get off the ship this round? No? Okay, what about the next round?
Dude.
Yeah.
That is the most. It's like, it's just Angus. I'm like, we're level 9.
Yeah. Wanna know what
You're
level?
not equipped to deal with this bullshit.
You went against one level 16.
Yeah. Checks.
Yeah. Wanna know what race he was, by the way? Because of one of the
Yes.
deals he made, he went from human to big dumb brute.
Ah.
Seriously?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's also, he had a strength of 30, a dex of 10, a con of 20, an int of 9, a charisma of 13, and a wisdom of 16. So the best way you could have combated him was making him roll dex and int saves. That would have been your best shot. So high
Which I hate with that
AC...
lightning bolt.
Yeah, no, the lightning bolt actually did do something. Because, like, besides just that, he did not have lightning resistance or anything built into that armor, so he actually took double damage from it.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Yeah! And I didn't tell you, but I had him roll a con save to not become paralyzed for a turn. But obviously he did succeed because he continued moving, but that's why his neck twitched like that. So, yeah. You guys just survived at the skin of your teeth. You're 1 day away from Crux Dynasty. Actually, no, you're 2 days away, because this was on the second day. No, it was the third day. Yes, so you're 1 day away. After this, like, day ends. You have one more day, and then you would get to Crux Dynasty. Yeah. But you did survive. Congratulations. If you want to check on anybody, talk with any NPCs, you can. Otherwise, it's mainly just them trying to rest up and trying to, like, honestly repatch themselves. Until Borf wakes up, Gildart will be at the ship once again.
I need to be there when Borf wakes up.
That is fair. That is fair. She will probably wake up, like, the next day. I'll be straight up. But you can...
Sure that I cared.
Yeah, 100%. You can just wait at, like, the edge of the bed. But yes, what about Kira?
Kirla is going to be going to talk to the witch doctor.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the witch doctor, the new lady. I need to get her token up onto this version of the map so you can see where she's at. There she is. Yeah, she's just kind of like around in the middle of the deck, just trying to observe, figure out what the hell is going on right now. So, yeah.
Good job, Miko. You didn't die.
Yeah, I'll be real next turn if you hadn't done that string barricade. Miko was next on the menu. I don't like saying that. I don't like hitting the pets of parties, but if this dude's on a blood rampage, it's kind of makes sense. He'd just go for whatever's in front of him.
Yeah, oh god, I didn't even get to use Cinder for a proper heist yet.
You didn't. You did. Technically, Cinder at least got to be used for stealing that one tinkering tool, but
Yeah.
that wasn't even of your accord.
The arcane tinker's tools.
Yeah. You were like just starting to run like close to empty of like her food that you bought from like way back too. So it was gonna be like in the next island that you would have had to buy food for her.
Oh.
Dude, I literally sat there and I was like, all right, is any of the pets in the kitchen? And I sat there and I was like, wait, no, the bird never goes downstairs unless you bring it downstairs. Fuck, the bird's in the kitchen. It didn't get much spotlight, but it fucking tried. It tried, man.
Oh.
It took that hit for you. Because he would have just straight up just used his last 2 actions to just kill you. But yeah. Yeah, you can approach the plague doctor lady. She just go, hi, sorry about this being the way we had to meet. Right. How are you?
Well, you know, alive, stressed,
Yeah.
trying to piece back together my crew again.
Yeah, that's fair. Sorry, it's been a minute. You probably don't recognize because of the hair and the plague doctor mask and the whole getup. I used to work for you. Your dad. When everything burnt down, I was like on vacation. So when I got back, the farm was just gone. I'm Deviana. Devi, for short. You used to just call me Devi. I was one of the Yantis that used to work on your farm.
Right.
When I heard, things happened, and then I did some digging, found out it was kind of partially the Navy's fault. I kind of joined with the Revolutionary Army. And then when I found that I could probably find you due to the connections I had with Gildart, I just decided, well, if these guys were going to try and hunt down one of your crewmates, I could maybe try and do something about it. So I've kind of just been slowly doing my best to win his trust over, and I managed to get myself as the right hand. Vice Admiral Winchester, he was a lunatic, to be quite frank. I'm glad nobody died, except for the bird. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't have been able to save Loki without you. And I'm sure there's a number of other people that would be in far worse shape if not for you.
I will need you to speak up a little bit. I think they still heard it, but just in case.
She would have said that she wouldn't have been able to save Loki without her help. And there would be a number of others that would have been far worse off.
Okay, cool. She just kind of gave you a slow nod, like, I don't know quite what we do from here. Didn't really think this far. I saw the captain go overboard. Or one of the two, because you're a co-captain. But I saw him go overboard, and I knew he kind of matters to you, because I remember lightly working with him, though he probably doesn't remember me. Considering how drunk he constantly was, and also just considering the fact that he never actively looked in my general direction. But you always did. You always looked in my direction.
Because of him and not you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, after seeing what he became, no, it makes sense.
I'm sure.
Not making eye contact.
I'm sure Loki remembers you.
Yeah, maybe he does. I don't know.
I'm standing right there.
Yeah, she just kind of like looks behind.
Just
Like, oh,
behind
hi,
you. I'm just behind her. Like, it's just...
Devi, if you remember me.
History check.
Yeah, history. Just see if you remember her.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh,
Ooh, nat 17.
heck yeah, you remember.
Oh. Yeah.
That would be enough. The way you remember is like you can remember like the dress is still the same. Like this was like a common dress she would wear, which I know that's like a crazy way to remember. So you're like, oh, this specific piece of clothing, like a cartoon character. No, it's just that she had typically multiples of the same pair to save money, because on the side she was known to mess around with explosives as a hobby, so it wasn't really worth buying new and fashionable choices because didn't matter when they were gonna get singed anyways. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I remember you.
yeah, she would just go, yeah, it's good seeing you. I don't think we really talked much though. Like the most that happened was like you offered me alcohol on the job.
Holds up bottle of alcohol.
You know, if this was any other role that you were running, I'd say that's unprofessional, but you're a pirate, so it's fine now.
Not to mention, if he's not drunk, then he can't
I'm
do
worse
anything.
sober.
Yeah, I remember you came back one
I've seen him
time.
before alcohol. It's not good.
Yeah, that checks. That checks. Right.
I'm
Well,
prone to fist fights.
I don't.
It's just the most...
I don't know what you want to do with me on your ship. I don't know if you just want me to leave, or what. You have a revolutionary army in your crew. I'm surprised they haven't called Gildar back. I don't know. Maybe they've just decided to give him to you at this point. I'm not sure. I don't know what you want. But yeah,
I'm
no, I'm
pretty
sorry.
sure
I kept.
they've-
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's requested to stay on the ship.
Double check. Yeah,
As for you, I have no problems with you staying as well.
of course. If I can get them to permit it, I'll be more than happy to do so. Apologies for staring at you that entire time, by the way. I about blew my cover doing that. I just, you're pretty. So that's on me. Yeah, okay. I will contact them, see if they will allow me to stay on the ship. And if I can, then I can help Kasheshe, because I know some shipwright stuff. And on the side, alchemy. You know the drill.
Well, in the meantime, if you would be willing to help Kasheshe, I know he'll be more than happy to accept it.
Of course.
Things are a bit chaotic at the moment.
I'll do what I can. She'd go and find Kasheshe to go and try and start helping out.
I feel like in the background of the things are a bit chaotic right now, and then you just hear in the distance the that's some jackass right. You just the most angry fucking cat.
Oh yeah.
Somebody broke my ship. I'm sending them to God.
Oh man, yeah, no, he is pissed. Again, his goggles once again have been broken.
Did they ever get fixed, or did they just get even more broken?
Yeah, he just got it. He got it fixed, and then they got re-shattered. And he's just like, oh my god. But yeah, no, I'll be honest. The rest of this day is just them trying to get stuff in order. Straight up, probably the worst out of the bunch when it came to how they were looking was probably Gildart. He looked bad. It probably doesn't help that he just has that ghostly white skin and hair, because you could see every bit of blood that's been splotched across his entire body. So you can just see where there's his hair is also almost crimson with how much red has come from it.
Irla would just walk up
Yeah.
using shape water, just get the blood off and out of his hair, and then just drop it back in the ocean.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he just kind of gave you a look like, thanks, I appreciate it.
It's the least I can do.
Yeah. But that is also where we will end off for the night. So we'll pick this back up next Sunday. But thank you guys for watching this episode. You can find more of the Lost Harbor Tavern, more of the Rum and Harbor up on the Lost Harbor Tavern, up on YouTube and on Spotify, where you can find some other campaigns, like the Katsu campaign and the Gurren campaign, some of the other ones. We have a bunch, as well as one-shots and YouTube shorts. And if you want to find some bonus content, we have a second channel, which is the Lost Shipyard, where you can find Sanity campaign. Currently ongoing is the Monster campaign, Dupes campaign, and Amnesia campaign. I would definitely recommend go checking them out. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!
Bye.